keeping rolling to his right. Wants to look downfield.
He did not make it.
He didn't make it. We held him. Unbelievable. Gonna throw the bomb. He's got a man deep. He's got it. Look, he's got a man in the middle. Touchdown! 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 We win! Touchdown!
And good afternoon from Corry High School. It's Titusville Rocket football. The Rockets are on the road to take on the Corry Beavers. And an exciting evening of weather leading us to today's action, brought to you by State Farm Insurance, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service, by True Value Hardware, by Armstrong, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by Titusville Dairy Products Company, by the Meadville Medical Center Titusville Area Hospital, by Joe Taylor Ford, by The Barking Lot, by Community Connect Federal Credit Union, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by Homerwood, by Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds, by Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning, by Family Video, and by Corky's Pizza and Subs. And once again, a very good afternoon to you, the Rockets and the Beavers. Week 5 of high school football. It is the 2-2 Rockets and the 1-3 Beavers. We welcome in our broadcast crew, Adam Bodemer, camera operator, Jim and Steve Bodemer, and today we have Mr. Al Rickerson on the wireless mic. Welcome into the Larry's Auto Service Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. Guys, welcome.
Well, as you mentioned, Luke, kind of a Saturday afternoon game because of a weather report last night, the storm going through, and a lot of schools postponed, Steve, and come into the 1 o'clock game this afternoon. Some games got underway last night. We're maybe halfway through and had to call it, and they're playing it up this morning and finishing up their games. But what effect would that might have on these schools? They're used to playing Friday night under the lights. Now we got a 1 o'clock afternoon game. Any effect on the psychology of the game?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me, if I'm coaching a team, we get postponed today to a Saturday in particular. The first thing I want to do is make sure my kids get up out of bed.
Yeah.
So I'm liable to bring them into the field, down to the locker room, about 3-4 hours before game time. Get them thinking, get the blood pumping, get them concentrated again on football, just to keep things moving a little bit, because they're used to being in school for 6 hours, 8 hours on a Friday. Then they get a couple-minute break to kind of catch their breath, and then into the locker room, and Friday night football begins. Here, you're coming right out of bed, and the last thing you want to do is your kids sleeping until 11 o'clock and then trying to play football at 1. Not a good scenario. So that's probably the big thing psychologically. Now, the big thing here in this particular instance is yesterday was a fairly warm day.
Yeah.
Today, we're in the mid to upper 50s here, and the wind's a little bit of blowing. So the weather, it's the first cool football game for Titusville.
And the weather's going to have an effect. The wind is, as you mentioned, the wind's blowing up here. You'll hear some of the wind perhaps on our mic or even Al's down in the field as we're standing outside here beside the press box. But it could have an effect on your throwing game. Of course, Titusville doesn't throw much. I don't know. Corry runs kind of a balanced offense from what we know. So it's going to be a question as to whether or not Titusville is going to be able to keep the ball on the ground, run the clock like we like to do.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do. And I think for Titusville, this is going to help them a little bit. Stamina, cramps, that sort of thing that might happen on a very hot afternoon day isn't going to be a factor here today, probably. So that's going to benefit Titusville. Now, Corry, and again, we haven't seen Corry play and haven't found out a whole lot about them, but I believe they're going to try to put the ball in the air a little bit, and that the wind could have a little bit of effect on that part of their game.
Well, it's a big ball game. We're going to talk more about it as we go through this pregame show. Some of the teams helped us out last night. We'll talk about that in terms of playoffs, but we're looking forward to a good football game here. Corry Beavers coming in with a record of 1-3, but they play tough. They always play Titusville tough, so we'll have to wait and see. Kickoff coming up pretty quick here in our pregame show. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more.
This is go ahead, Jim. Larry's Auto Service, Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. We sat down with Coach, and that interview is coming up next.
Are you moving a at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit, member-owned financial institution, and becoming a member is pretty easy. Stop in, call, or visit our website at communityconnectfcu.com and click Join to get started. Ask about our money market accounts, low-interest loans on new and used vehicles, or start saving for the holidays with a Christmas Club account. Visit us today to get started. We're Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our third generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence.
Welcome back to the Rocket pregame show. I'm Steve Bodemer, and again with me is Coach Baldwin of the Rockets. And before we look at the Corry Beavers, tonight's opponent, let's go back a week, a little better than a week, and talk a little bit about Mercyhurst Prep. The Mercyhurst Prep ball game obviously didn't go the way we wanted it to go, but the first 6 minutes of football, really exciting football.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. We come out, we had a plan, and it kind of faded towards the middle, but we started good.
Yeah, I mean, you got the kick return from Palma to knock things up at 7, and then right around 30 seconds later, they're up again as they returned their kickoff for a touchdown. Overall, in Mercyhurst Prep ball game, really they had just too many weapons for us to be able to handle.
Yeah, you know, and I've said it before, you just can't make that many mistakes with a team that's that good. I do believe that, you know, we had that drive after they come back and scored that on that kickoff. I believe if we would have punched it in from the 1, I think it would have been had a different flavor to it, but, you know, we didn't. So. And
that's one of the things we've talked about with Titusville football, and not just this year, but years past, that mistake at the wrong time.
Right.
And it really cripples an offense.
Right.
You know, you had it first and goal. I think it was first and goal inside the 2-yard line, and the snap gets fumbled. And, you know, a team like Mercyhurst Prep, they're not going to let you live that down.
No, they definitely take advantage of everything that they get. So
yeah, and that's and from there things just kind of rolled away from us a little bit.
It did. You know, we can't be one-dimensional. So, you know, we have a good running game, and we showed that. I mean, I think we still Parker was 4.2 yards per carry, and Charlie Nicholson was like 5.8 yards per carry. But you can't be one-dimensional. You got to be able to throw the ball or do some other things. And 2 costly picks, and you know we're still working on that part of the game.
Yeah, and and all Mercyhurst Prep did really is play 11 guys inside that 5-yard, 7-yard box
and manned up and pressed.
And manned up and pressed.
Yep.
And yeah, there's no real weakness with their team. They're pretty strong, both in that line position, defensive line, and then their backers were really fast.
Oh, yeah.
They had really good speed at linebackers.
They did, and they were able to flow and move and make plays.
And that's just what happens when you meet a team that's just that strength and that depth that Prep has. Tonight it's going to be a little different story. Corry obviously not going to have that depth and that quality at every position that you saw at Mercyhurst Prep, but still a dangerous football team.
Oh yeah, we can't fall asleep on Corry for sure. We really can't fall asleep on anybody, but Coach Patton has these guys playing hard, and I'm sure they're going to be ready to go tonight. You know, they have a couple different looks where they'll spread the ball out, but they'll also pack up that box right down and try to run the ball too, run it right up us. So
Corry will run and has in the past run a fairly balanced attack. They prefer ground game, but they put the ball in the air.
Yes.
And I don't think that we're going to see much difference tonight from this Corry team as we have in the past.
Right, I agree. That's what we're looking for. That's what we prepared for, a balanced attack. And I think, with the week of prep that we had, we'll be ready to go defensively.
Offensively, obviously, we want to run the ball.
Yeah.
Where do you think you can attack best for that ground game?
Well, I like to get them. That's what I like about the zone run is that it can hit outside, inside, but we like to set them up with outside stuff. We do a very good job with working the jet run. I mean, even if it doesn't hit for big yardage, and then when we hit that jet dive where we fake the jet and give it on the dive, it just opens right up. So we do a good job with that.
Okay. So you're going to try to attack a little bit, primarily between the tackles, which is the strong suit of Parker Harvey's running. He's a north-south runner, and if we can control the line of scrimmage and hopefully get him into the second tier, right. The 4.2 he averaged against prep could go to 7 real quick.
Yes, yeah, and that's what we're looking for. Open up space for Parker. We also, looking to give Noah Willis come on the scene. He started playing fullback. We go a little bit of two-back set. We started doing just to give us a different angle. It's the same plays. We're just giving it from a different look. But Noah was a hard runner. He only got 2 carries with prep, so looking to maybe take a little bit of load off of Parker if we can. So when he does come in, he can explode them holes open and hit some big yards.
Hit some big yards for Titusville. Passing game has been a problem for Titusville. There's no question there. Obviously, you're working on that in practice. Do you see your quarterback getting a little bit more relaxed in that position? Yeah,
actually, with prep, there were some things that happened. They pressed, and our receivers struggled to get out of the press and into their routes. And there was a couple times where they flat out knocked us off our pins. But I think, Boaz is starting to settle down. He's seeing it. He's making some reads. We just got to give him the time and let him use his athleticism.
And try to now. We've not seen this yet out of him, and I don't know if it's in your playbook or not. But is there any chance of seeing him maybe on a rollout in passing situations?
Yeah, we put in a double tight formation and running the stretch out of that. But we got a keeper. We also have it's like a boot pass where the backside tight end will block and then he's going to release. And I mean, we see it happen on college all the time with them 2 tight end sets, and they forget about him, and he rolls out. He has his option to run or to throw it to that open guy. So you'll see that. We haven't pulled that out yet.
Yeah,
it's there.
But it's there, and that's one of the things. The nice things about it is if your offensive line is having a little trouble maybe picking up a blitz or catching the corner coming off, which we've seen happen a couple of times, that option to roll and throw slows that down a little bit.
Right. The other thing we're going to pull out tonight is working a little bit of the trip set. Nobody's seen us out of the trips yet, where we're still going to run our offense. We can run the zone run. We could do anything we want, but they're going to have to line up and move over to cover the trips. And if they don't, we'll be able to take advantage of that too, hopefully so.
Good. Well, there you have it. Tonight, the Rockets are going to try to continue their ground game success and then try to add into it a little bit of passing the football. So come on back. Corry and Titusville tonight. We'll be right back after this message.
The Intensive Transitional Care Program at Titusville Area Hospital is a patient-centered, high-quality program for hospitalized patients recovering from illness or surgery who may no longer need to be in a traditional hospital setting but are not yet ready to return home. Regain your independence. Choose the Intensive Transitional Care Program at Titusville Area Hospital, where a high level of care, safety, and satisfaction is our top priority. Visit titusvillehospital.org for more information. Titusville Area Hospital. More than a hospital.
Interstate Pipe and Supply is proud to announce their celebration of 50 years in business. Holding true to their motto, service means business, they offer a full knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering. They are not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. They have been a primary pipe supplier in Titusville for 40-plus years. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year, and thank you for making Interstate Titusville's premier pipe supplier.
Oil Creek Plastics, the industry leader in polyethylene pipe, is proud to be a part of the Titusville community and a proud sponsor of Titusville High School athletics. Located off Route 27 in East Titusville, Oil Creek Plastics has been a vested part of the Titusville community for 28 years. At Oil Creek Plastics, we take pride in supporting our community and are thrilled to bring instant and slow motion replay to the stream's Titusville Rocket sports broadcasts. In Titusville and here to stay, Oil Creek Plastics. Best of luck to the Titusville Rockets.
And welcome back to the Larry's Auto Service Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show from Corry on this Saturday afternoon, guys, in a much cooler afternoon, as you guys were saying, than yesterday.
Yeah, it really is, and it's going to be interesting to see what effect that's going to have. Steve mentioned it, alluded to it here in our first segment, that the wind's down the field. The flag's standing pretty much straight, so not moving, so it's not too bad down there, but it is a chilly day. And throwing the ball and so on will have some effect upon it, but then positive, as you mentioned, Steve, with the weather is that leg cramps and those kinds of things shouldn't be a big issue today.
No, it really shouldn't be. And I don't know how Corry's got quite a big roster. They got over 60 kids listed on their roster. One of the things will be interesting to see if they're playing kids on just one way, whether it's offense or defense. That time off the field and standing around in this weather, if they're not prepared for it, they're not dressed for it, you're going to chill right back down, and it's going to take you 2 to 3 plays to get yourself warmed back up again to try to get yourself going. So they're going to have to be well dressed if they're not running both ways, so that you stay somewhat warm on the sideline.
One of the things that is happening that weather-wise, as Lucas was talking about the weather, is gusts. When I first started talking with you, there was no wind. Now there's a little bit of a gust of wind. We have Al Rickerson is our wireless mic man. Al is down on the 50-yard line, and we'll see if we can get him to give us a little bit of report what the wind might be like down there. Of course, we know artificial turf. The field looks really good, but wind-wise, I don't know what it's going to be like down there for the kickers and receivers and so on. So, Al, you have us down there?
Hey guys.
What the wind going to be a factor down there at all? Can you tell, Al?
Yeah, it's going to be. It's a little bit of a breeze. It's not going to be a factor, I don't think, because these kids got some pretty tight spirals. I don't see it being a problem at all. There's no gust of winds like that's going to blow you away.
You don't see any factors down there. Then it's artificial turf, so that's going to be fine.
Well, they just mowed yesterday too.
yeah, that always helps us.
It's going to be great down here, man. The markings are out here. Everybody can tell where it is, and so it's going to be great down here.
Well, we'll find out here in a little bit, Al, because both teams will be coming out. Titusville Dairy Product and McElroy's Flower Shop bringing you our wireless mic today, and we're glad that Al could make it with us today. Bill's away, so
you know what's funny about that?
I don't have any idea.
Bill's actually not away. He's in Corry in a golf tournament.
Well, good. I hope he does well. And you may have chasing a golf ball around a day like this.
No, I don't like chasing a golf ball around when it's 80 degrees out. 57 is probably not going to be my cup of tea either.
Well, my philosophy is always I hit the ball, you chase it, so that doesn't work.
We played that game a lot growing up, too, if I recall.
Yeah, we did. I hit it and you chase it. So we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, and one of the comparisons we mentioned before the first break, and Al, you can jump on this too. Some of the teams helped us out last night. Fairview beat Northeast last night. And
that really helped us out.
Yeah, so that makes this game that much more important to actually both these teams, but specifically to Titusville because it kind of evens up the score if we can pull one out here.
Yeah, we're going to definitely have to have a perfect game here, because one thing about the Corry football team, they definitely are pretty well disciplined. So.
Yeah, they always come out after us, and they always play Titusville well, whether it's here or down there.
I was going to say, maybe we could talk about that. Adam and I talked about it yesterday. Titusville never has a tendency of not playing well here in Corry, and a lot of other sports besides football. But we can talk about that, and we'll look at last year's stats, too, as our pregame show continues. This is the Larry's Auto Service Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show. Our coverage will continue right after this.
Whoever said it's only a dog never loved a dog. Our philosophy is simple. We treat every dog as if it were our own, and believe us, we spoil our dogs. When dogs are comfortable, they're happy. The Barking Lot in Titusville is ready to make your dog happy by offering grooming services, daycare, and boarding. Call today to schedule an appointment, or better yet, stop in and discover a stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers at the Barking Lot in Titusville.
So, State Farm will be here to help protect our home.
Of course.
What about here?
Yep. Nice.
Okay. Here?
Who wants tinfoil in the microwave?
Here? Here? Here?
Feels a little awkward.
A little. Here?
You too.
So cold.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
It's Joe Taylor Ford's 17th anniversary, and we are celebrating all month long. Get 0% APR for 72 months, plus 1,000 Ford credit bonus cash on a new 2018 Ford Escape, Edge, and Explorer. Or get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 2,800 additional savings off MSRP on a new 2018 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost. Make sure you take advantage of Joe Taylor Ford's top-of-the-line lifetime warranty on all new cars.
See Joe Taylor.
Thank you for 17 great years.
And welcome back to the Rocket pregame show, brought to you by Larry's Auto Service and Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning. We are here at Corry. It is their homecoming, what is now become the weekend, homecoming weekend for the Corry Beavers. And Titusville coming in looking to spoil it. But, guys, it's always been difficult playing against Corry here in Corry.
It always has, and I can go clear back to many, many years ago, well before you were around. And it's...
See the way he said that?
Well, I was talking physically.
Life was so much better before you were around.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to imply that, but I can remember coming up here many, many years ago, and it was the same thing. The difference was, Steve and Al, you guys went into this a little bit. Corry years ago ran the old single wing. We now call it the Wildcat.
Right.
But it's the same mentality, and we come up here every year in that single wing. We just run that ball down your throat time and time again. They come to Titusville, and these battles between Titusville and Corry were absolutely fun.
Oh, yeah, they were fun to watch. And at Corry, I think you'll still see that tonight. I don't think they varied from that a whole lot. They like to run that quick counter type of an offense where they'll run their running back one way, and then either another running back or a slot receiver or the quarterback himself will turn around and take it the other way, and they're still going to run that. So you got to be able to maintain your gap control here defensively.
Well, it always comes down now to the trenches and the big boys, and that's going to happen here again today.
I agree. One thing about the single wing is that these guys used to run it like a religion.
They did.
And they basically just used to wear us out. It was upsetting if you were watching the stands, but they just did it.
Well, and the other team that always did it to us also, and they're struggling this year, but was Greenville. And both those ball clubs, Corry and Greenville, would run that thing, and like you said, they just shove it down your throat. If they attempt to do it today, our defensive backs and our middle backers, linebackers, have got to be free. And so the defensive line has got to be able to tie up the blockers so that we can have our backers and so on running free and get to the ball.
Yeah, the best way to defend this, if you see that, a lot of that coming in here today will be Titusville's defensive front four getting penetration, not allowing those linemen offensively to get to where they want to make their blocks. If they can penetrate, get into the backfield, it really messes up that counter because that's a timing-based offense. Everything's geared on timing. They've got to take certain steps one direction to set the blocks up, and if you penetrate, it messes all that up, and that's going to be the key for Titusville's defense.
You're spot on, Steve, because I think the time that we beat them, and I think both of our sons were playing on the team, is that they had great defensive penetration. The defensive ends have got to get to them boys quickly.
Well, and in this defense, the difference, we might have played a 3-4, but now a 4-4, we got to try to penetrate evenly up the middle.
And we're going to take another quick break. We're about just a few minutes away from kickoff here at Corry High School.
Nothing says community more than local sports. Cheering on our favorite teams while our young athletes learn about hard work, teamwork, and building character. At Homerwood, community begins with our employees. Those same traits we look for in our athletes are the same characteristics we look for in our employees. And it shows in the quality of our products that we're proud to stand behind and on. From our employees and their families, we say thank you for making us part of your community. Go Rockets!
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At Titusville True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Titusville True Value. Behind every good project is your Titusville True Value. Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Tidiute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net.
Welcome to Titusville Area School District's presentation of Titusville Rocket Sports on the Stream.
It is a Saturday afternoon game, homecoming here at Corry High School, the Rockets and the Beavers, and this is going to be quite a matchup here, and we're going to take a look at that matchup from last year, Steve. Beavers obviously got the upper hand on the Titusville Rockets.
Well, everybody did last year. This game was no different. Final score 35-6. You can see the total yards 207-67. Neither team threw the ball well, but the rushing yardage 152-42 made a big difference. 28-0 at the halftime. That was from last year's game. This year, hopefully, Titusville can get off to a better start. So let's go down there. We're going to send it down to Al there for the coin flip. See who's going to get the football first.
Okay, the teams are shaking hands. The officials are ready to toss up the coin, and as soon as they do, I can report back.
Just stick that microphone in there, Al.
You guys are going to come over here. And you guys are going to go over there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see how
Or won the toss and elected to defer. Titusville will receive.
Or just give it to him.
That'll work too.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
I don't think the official knew exactly what to do with that.
No, he didn't, but did well. So
welcome to big time football, Mr. Official.
So Titusville's going to receive.
Al.
So we'll find out real quick here whether or not Titusville's offense can go against this Corry defense, and that can be a very important thing. Thing to remember though is the end of the first half. Who has the football? What Corry does with it, because they're going to get it to the third quarter.
They're going to get it to start the second half. I think it's right now Titusville has to come out here. The offensive linemen, the front five guys, are going to have to get off the ball quickly, get into their blocks, make contact, and stay with that contact and just drive. And if we can start getting 4 or 5 yards on a running play, and people say, well, that doesn't sound like much. Well, let's remember, Penn State played last night. They're 2 running backs. The first one
who scored last night, Steve?
Oh, well, we'll get to that. Journey Brown from Meadville gets in the fourth quarter, scores a touchdown, and good for him. Was the low man for actually that running back. He only had 5 yards a game. The other 2 were over 9 yards a carry, so you can run like that.
Well, that's the thing we're going to have to do. We're going to find out real quick as Titusville is going to receive. Let me see, get a number here kicking off for Corry. 60, I believe it is Harrington, but check that. It is not. It is Barry, I believe, going to be kicking. But back deep will be Palma and Riley Corcoran. They're standing back in about our 15-yard line. 66 is the kicker. Logan Harrington, I was right the first time. So we'll see what Titusville can do as we get set to go here. Friday night game on Saturday afternoon because of weather. And it's a big one for Titusville. The kick's going to be a squibber, and it's going to be picked up by nobody. Now Palmer gets it at the 20, comes to the outside, and he's going to get smothered under right there. So the squib kick works well for Corry. Titusville will have first down and 10 at the 20, and Palmer doesn't have a chance to get going. Remember, if you have followed us the last couple of weeks, Palmer has run a touchdown back in the last 2 ball games for 90+.
Yeah, and I think Corry knows that. I think that's why you see that ball's on the ground. It's not going to give him any chance to run up there and catch that. That's the one thing you don't want to do with Palmer, is let him come forward to catch that ball, because now all his momentum's going forward, and he can make one guy miss, and he can be gone in a hurry.
So Titusville will have a first down and 10. It'll be at the 20-yard line of Titusville. Stover come wide to the left, check that wide to the right, Palmer wide left. Typical set for Titusville, tight end on the right side. Parker Harvey at the tailback position. And it will go to nobody. It's going to be a pass. Trying to go to Palmer down the right side, and a flag. Yes, sir, interference. 2 flags. Pass went out to the 45-yard line, intended for Palmer, and the defensive back got a little too close to the play, I believe.
Well, and we saw this in pregame warm-up where they were throwing this ball, this exact route, as a matter of fact. So it doesn't surprise me that they came out throwing at it. And yeah, there's contact there, and it's one of those things where the defensive back kind of gets caught in no man's land, loses track of the receiver, and runs into him.
15-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage. Takes the ball out to the 35. So first down and 10, Titusville at the 35. Isaac Jackson comes wide right. Palmer goes wide to the left. Now we're going to run with a double tight end. Ends in tight. It comes off to Harvey, comes across the left side, cuts it back up the middle, and drives forward. Nice run, 5 yards. Good power run there by Parker Harvey.
Yeah, this is a good run by Parker. He comes to the right side. Really didn't look like there was much there. Corry comes up quick, and we're going to see that. A lot of people are going to come up here. You see the corner and the safeties coming up quick to try to fill a hole. Parker cuts it back inside just a little bit, picks up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now for the Rockets.
Stover comes wide to the right. Again, they'll send Palmer wide left. They'll keep double tight ends in the game. Wide side of the field will be to Titusville's left. Now we make a little bit of a shift, put a man in motion to the left. Goes to Harvey, trying to get to the outside. Gets a good block. He's out across the 45, the 50, across the 50 down to about the 48 of Corry. Got a good kick-out block over there, it looked like.
He had a couple of good kick-out blocks there. The man in motion comes across and gets a nice block on him, and they seal that edge, gives him a little bit of a lane to come through. You'll see Corey's trying to flow to it, but we've got people. Look at the block here. I think that's Nosko on the tight end with the linebacker, and he's got him pushed out to the 50-yard line. So that's good blocking up front. That's exciting to see for the Titusville offense.
Here comes something you were referred to by Coach in your interview. Trips to the right now for Titusville. Under center. Ball's given off to Harvey. He's coming to the outside. Oh, he's going to get pinned in. Turns it upfield, but he's going to get nowhere. Maybe a loss of 1 even. Defended very well that time by the Beaver defense.
Well, the 3 wide receivers on this side, if you're going to run that sweep play to this side, they got to have a block. Yeah. You've got to get into your block again. And it's a tough, open field blocking is very tough to do. There you see our tackle misses the defensive end who gets out there. But look at the black shirts there. We've got to do a better job man-on-man blocking here.
No gain, 2nd down and 10 at the 48 of Corry. Titusville will send trips to the left side this time. Again, Harvey coming straight ahead, breaks it to the left side, drives forward to get down to maybe the 45, pick up about 3 on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and 7.
One thing I've been noticing is the battle of the trenches here. We're really getting to our assignments, and we're really giving Harvey a lot of room to operate.
Well, it's a zone blocking scheme, and this this run play that they just ran was going to the right, and Parker saw something to the left and cut it back a little bit. That's what that zone run scheme does for you.
3rd down and 7, Titusville at the 45 of Corry. Trips to the right side now for Titusville. New formation for the Rockets from previous time. LaRock wants to throw. He's got a man up in the left side to Landon Palma. Catches it, but he's out of bounds at the 28-yard line or so of Corry. Bring up a 4th down for Titusville. Completed pass, but out of bounds.
Yeah, we just kind of ran out of real estate there. And I think one of the things that they've worked on with LaRock is to get a little bit deeper in his drop.
Yeah.
Would have liked to seen him get another 2 steps deep. But here you can see we're trying to run crossing routes. The only place he threw that was to the outside. Unfortunately, we ran out of room to make the catch.
So 4th down 7. Parker Harvey will do the kicking for the Rockets. Receiver standing back at his own 5. Oh, short kick. It's going to hit it about the 15. Roll in towards the end zone. Got to get there. No, rolls into the end zone. Corry will take over 1st and 10, 25. Almost got there.
You can hear us yelling here if you're looking at it. Steve Partridge is down the field, and it's a lineman getting down the field, trying to get to that football before it rolls into the end zone to put Corry on a really long field. He just quite couldn't get there, but good hustle.
So Corry will have their first offensive series, taking over 1st down and 10 at their own 20. Zach Lesser will be at quarterback for the Beavers. He'll be working with Mac Whitaker here to start the game in the backfield. To run out of shotguns. They send doubles both sides. They spread you out.
Come on, Wade.
Lesser out of shotgun.
Riley, what are you doing?
Now the trying to reset the Titusville defense. Pass out of the right wing is complete to Ekanon. He's driven out of bounds, not before he picks up about 4 yards. A little pass to the wing there.
Yeah, that's just a quick out pass and trying to let the receiver break something and get as much as he can on it.
Yeah, we'll give him about 3 on the play or so. 2nd down 7, maybe 2nd down 6. Give him 4. Quickly up over the ball, and they move. It's 5 yards for us.
That's number 63, Drake McCray, 5'11", 200-pound junior. A little bit anxious on that particular play.
Titusville a little bit
out of sorts.
Out of sorts in the first defensive series.
Yeah, I'm not too sure they're completely understanding their defensive responsibilities or the formations right now. We've got a lot of kids just kind of jumping around.
I think they've settled down now. We'll see. Going wide to the right now would be Tyler Jackson.
We need time over here.
Wide side of the field to Corry's right on the snap. Lesser looking to throw, dropping back. Got a man going deep. Riley Corkin over there. Got to turn around, and the pass is complete. And the pass is complete to Tyler Jackson, clear down to the Titusville 40, inside the 40, about the 37. That ball shouldn't have gotten there.
No, it should not have been completed at all. We've got 2 guys in position to make plays. He's looking that way the whole time. That ball is way high in the air. There's Corcoran and Stover both, and neither one of them made a turn to look. And actually, Corcoran fell down, allowing the receiver to make a catch. That's Tyler Jackson. 1st down and 10, Corry. Bad snap. Ball's on the ground, and so is the quarterback. He covers back at the Titusville 47. So Titusville's had 2 breaks here defensively, a 5-yard penalty, and now a bad snap. We got to take advantage of this. Losses of about, probably about 12 there. Yeah, that's one with a quarterback there, and that's with a shotgun. That snap wasn't really that bad. Just not watching it all the way into his hands.
Out of the huddle, they'll send Jackson wide to the right. Gavin Graves will come wide left. They have men in slot both sides. Lesser wanting to throw again to the quick out. And the pass is complete. Down to the 40, the 35, and knocked out of bounds at the 35. Titusville had a chance to catch him in the backfield, Steve, but we missed him.
Yeah, that's Nicholson coming up well from the linebacker position to make the tackle, but just did not hit and wrap, and allowed Corry's receiver to break free, pick it up now in a 3rd and somewhat manageable 7 yards.
This time the Beavers will send the same formation, doubles right, doubles left. Lipinski in the backfield with Lesser. Lesser wants to throw, looking to the left side. Got a man over the middle. It's intercepted. Titusville has it at the 35, the 40, the 45, and that's where it'll be brought down. I believe that's Corcoran.
Corcoran with the interception, and that's a big thing because it was Corcoran they're yelling at early on in this defensive series. Not real sure where he was supposed to line up at, but here you can see he comes in from a safety position, jumps that route, and picks the ball off at the high point, and that's a nice interception there. Titusville now back on offense.
1st down 10, Titusville at their own 45. They'll send Laird Stover wide to the left. They're going to put fat trips to the left with Riley Corcoran and Landon Palma. Palmer tapping his hip. I don't know what that means. It means give it to Parker Harvey. Off the left side.
He's got the outside.
45,
we missed
50.
him.
And drives close to a first down, close to the 45 of Corry. Let's see where they spot. It looks like he got it.
Real close to it. Yeah, they're going to give it to a first down. Here we seal off this the right side of the Corry defense very well here in this play. This is a sweep play, outside tackle run to the outside, and look at how we're got defensive linemen 5-7 yards into their backfield. That's what you want to have your offensive linemen doing.
Nice block by Partridge downfield. Titusville will send trips to the right side. It'll be Jackson, Riley, Corcoran, and Palma. Again, Harvey in the backfield, LaRock under center. Going to roll to his right, looking to throw. Going to throw a little over the head. Oh, almost intercepted by Corry, looking for Palma. Bring up a second down and 10.
Corry does a nice job here staying with receivers. They're not fooled at all on this play here. As we just reverse out, again, that's not really a play action pass, and so they're in coverage. Now, he's got to get that ball down. And throwing that high on that route, you're going to get it picked off. You've got Corcoran behind him, too. You got two guys within 10 yards.
Yeah, wasn't sure who he's throwing to. Titusville now will send 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Ball at the 45 of Corry, goes to Harvey, cuts across the right side. Boy, they're gunning on Harvey. Pick up maybe 2, bring up a third down 8. I don't know whether they're playing hide and seek with him or not, but they've got somebody on them.
Well, they're watching which way Parker Harvey goes. Again, Parker Harvey is a substantial portion of the Rocket offense. So if you're going to key on anybody, that's who you're going to key on. We just didn't quite hold a blocker on the outside quite long enough to get him free, but eventually I think that play's going to work for Titusville.
Trips to the right side now for Titusville. Jackson, Corcoran, and Palma. Tight end on the left side. Titusville ball right in the middle of the field. Here comes to Harvey trying to get to the outside, and don't believe he's going to get there. He's going to be brought down at about 3:42, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Bring up a 4th down and probably 8, 7.
Not quite as effective blocking on the right side of the Titusville offensive line. It's the same play that we ran earlier to the left. We're just not able to seal that end.
So Titusville will be punting once again on this 4th down play. Tristan Volk will be back for Corry, standing in his own 10. Harvey will be doing the kicking. He'll get it away from about the 45 of Titusville.
Nope, there's offside.
That'll be now a 4th down and about 2. Well, now what do you do, Mr. Baldwin? Last week we went for 4th down and 1 on their own 29.
Well, here you're going to have the ball inside their 40. So, yeah, you're going to be 4th and 2 here. I'd be tempted to go for it at this point.
I think he is not tempted. He is going to do it. I would do it also.
I know what I would do, too.
And what would you do, Steve?
My play
send
is
Luke down?
Yeah, I would send Luke down, send him on a post.
I just turned him off.
8 now. No.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm running the sweep play to the left.
Oh, watch, it's coming your way.
Oh, yeah.
Doubles to the right, single to the left. 4th down and 2. Titusville, can we do something with it? Straight ahead. Harvey is inside the 35. We got it. Did he fumble?
I think so. I think the ball came out unless they're going to mark him down or they don't see it.
The linesman's walking in and marking him down. Now they don't know what to do. The officials are having a conversation, and they're calling it Corry's ball.
Corry's ball, yeah.
Wow, we had the 1st down, but it popped out. Parker Harvey gets up limping, so that could be
But wait a minute,
play.
why did you move it back?
Exactly.
Why did you move it back if...
They fumbled it.
They fumbled it.
Because it was 2 yards ahead.
It was 2 yards back.
There you go, Al.
Yeah, another mystery play, but I saw the ball come out, and they got him. They got to him early. It was a nice play. They executed it fast, but the kid hit the ball. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Well,
it should be at the 33.
But it should be at the 30. Yeah, it should be back at about the 33-yard line.
Interesting. Corry, 1st down and 10. Had the 1st down, we fumbled. 2 big plays there. Jackson goes wide right. Looks like they might have Graves in the slot right. On the running play, quarterback Lesser keeps. He's out across the 40,
There's a
35,
He's going to
50,
break loose.
45 at Titusville.
Kirkland will get him.
But it's going to come back, I believe, on a hold.
That's either a hold or a crackback block on the outside. I couldn't see which one. But
Did you see it, Al?
Yeah, it's a crackback block.
Okay. It's a good thing because they picked up about 25 in that play.
Yeah, but when you do crackback blocks, you can do that.
Oh, they're going to call it. They're going to call a hold and make a liar out of both of us, Al.
Pushing the back. Block in the back, no. We have 3 different calls, but it's going to be around for 15 yards.
Okay, I'm just telling you, the guy in the white hat made a holding signal, and so that's why I'm calling it a hold. Now, I very rarely follow the guy in the white hat, but We'll do it this time.
Usually he argues with him, Al.
Well, there's probably a couple things happening, but I'll go with holding too. So they're out there on the field. But I saw a crackback block. Trust me.
10 yards anyway, so it's first down now and 21.
These refs have a picture of Steve in their office.
Yeah.
They bring it up every meeting.
Doubles on both sides. Lesser looking to throw, dropping straight back. Wants to throw down the right side. He's going to get sacked. Back inside the 15.
Now he's got to come out for a play now. His helmet's
his
off.
helmet came off.
So that'll take their quarterback out for a play.
Yeah, they'll bring in Redrup.
This is just really good defense here. Titusville's going to get their defensive line just going to come through, and he ducks. So there's no, it wasn't like anybody grabbed a hold of anything. He ducked down. So that's Titusville with a sack. Brings up second and
31 they have on the board.
They might have to go to Crawford County for a first down here.
Double left, double right. Redrup in at quarterback now, looking to throw, rolling to his left. Still looking, got his man short up, and the pass is incomplete at the 15. Palmer coming up to defend. So that'll bring a third down and
watch the slot receiver on this. He's going to come across, and all he's going to do is block. Now, this is legal in high school football until the ball's in the air, but he's still blocking when they do that. I don't know if we have it. But it's a question. Here he comes across the receiver. Watch him block the linebacker right there at the edge of your screen, and he's still blocking when the ball's in the air. That is not allowed.
Lesser back and a quarterback. Doubles both sides for Corry. Looking to throw, draws, and he is sacked immediately. Nobody touched.
That Jones? Jack Jones? Or Noah Willis. I'm sorry. Noah Willis. Willis untouched. Makes a nice job. Corry just fell asleep. Was not expecting him to come in from the side. He's coming in from the right side of the Titusville defense, untouched, and makes the sack.
So it's fourth down in a bundle. Standing back at about the 43 for Titusville, I believe, is Corcoran. High snap. Gets the kick away. Very short kick.
Get away.
Going to hit at the 35 and roll across the 40 to the 45-yard line. That's where Titusville will put it in play. First down and 10 at the Corry 45. Well, Steve, we've had two possessions now that we've moved the ball well, come up short on either a bad throw or some situation. We've proven we can move the ball. We just can't sustain it yet.
We're not to the point where we're sustaining it. Now, again, the drives that we've had, we've killed ourselves. Getting that one play that's no yardage or 1 yard or a loss, that's what Titusville's got to avoid if they want to get this ball into the end zone.
Titusville goes to a double tight end set now. We have wideouts on each side. Now we put a man in motion left. Handoff goes to Harvey. Harvey's trying to get outside, gets the block, breaks one tackle, across the 45 to 40, inside to about the 38. Pretty nice run by Parker Harvey. Glad to see him back in there the way he got up the last play. Gimpy a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good run play by Parker here to the left side. Now, we're attacking the right side of the defense going left. Now, they're trying to bring a whole lot of people up here quickly. They get good penetration, but if you get an arm on Parker, you're not going to tackle him. You've got to get hit and wrap, and they're just having trouble getting shoulders on him. They'd see a whole lot of Parker Harvey for me the rest of this quarter.
Second down and 3. Again, double tight end Titusville. Singles each side. Now we put a man in motion. That'll be Nosco to the right. And the ball goes to Parker Harvey. They get good penetration. He breaks to the outside, though. He's inside the 25, down to about the 35, down to about the 30-yard line.
And this is a good play here. Now Titusville has run this play with the guy in motion, and they've always followed the motion on the run. This time they run away from the motion. I think it caught Corry sleep on the backside of their defense.
First down and 10, Titusville at the Corry 30. First real threat of the game for either team.
Lesher missing an opportunity to make a tackle there for no gain there in that last play.
Again, double tight end for the Rockets. Single receivers on each side. LaRock wants to throw, looking for the end zone. He's got a man going deep, got to get there, and it is Laird Stover. Almost come back and made the reception at the 3-yard line.
That's a good job by Laird Stover trying to undercut underneath the defensive back. That's Yetzer, Ekkonen on the coverage there. You'll see the ball gets thrown up there, and Laird Stover's got to cut inside of Ekkonen to avoid the interception. Almost made the reception. It would have been a great catch if he'd have done it.
I thought when he made that cut that he was going to get the reception. I saw him come inside. Palmer wide left. Jackson wide right, double tight end again for the Rockets. Nosko now comes in motion to the right. Ball's given straight ahead to Bush. Or check that. Yep. Nicholson. I'll get these names right. I'm watching the play and not calling the play. Loss of about 1 on the play. Nicholson with the ball. We'll call it 3rd down and 11. So once again, we talked about times for moving the ball, but not sustaining. We're in a little bit of a situation now where we have a 3rd and 1 at the 30, and we're not able to sustain.
Not being able to sustain the drive, and again, we had to, we get the ground game kind of running. Then we tried to throw the ball deep there, and it made it 2nd and long. And of course, that play there, we lost a yard. So now we're at 3rd and 11.
Stover and Corcoran on the right side, Palma on the left. Strong side right, Titusville. In motion, Palma. Handoff straight ahead. We have flag down in the backfield. Nicholson drives ahead for about 8, but I think we're going to have motion.
Yep.
Illegal shift. So that's going to cost Titusville 5. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 16.
Well, we've watched our motion men come across there, and they get a little anxious to turn up the field and get going. And I think maybe Mr. Nosko took a half a step or so just a little bit early in the play.
I thought we did in the previous play earlier in the game here, too. No score here. We're at 1:26 left in the first quarter here at Corry. So it brings up a 3rd and 16 now for Titusville. Changes things with coming here to the end of the first quarter. The ball's out to the 36-yard line of Corry. Jackson and Riley once again right side, Palma wide left. Looking to throw. Over the middle, it is complete to Jackson, but he's down at the 29. Brings up a 4th and 10. 4th and 9, so probably we'll go for it here.
Well, you're not going to gain a whole lot if you punt it, and you punt it into the end zone, you get a 10-yard gain.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make the call.
Well, I would definitely go for it because, like Steve said, you're not going to gain a lot by punting because you're not guaranteed that you're going to get it on a caddy corner. So
Fred Bloom is here. He'd say tight end, tight end, tight end.
Yeah, Fred Bloom is also a Cleveland Browns fan, so he.
I didn't bring that up, Phil. You did.
Better hurry up. Title's going to need a timeout.
Doubles to the right, single to the left. LaRoque wants to throw. He's going to go to the outside. Parker Harvey's there.
Nice job.
20, 10, 5, touchdown.
I'm going to tell you right now who makes this play.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, the kid that makes this play is the kid that throws the ball.
They have a nice
because
throw.
He was looking to throw this ball a lot earlier. In the replay, you'll see he's looking to throw that fairly quickly. Right now, he's going to turn. I want to throw it, and he sees the defender come up, changes his release point, throws it over top of him. And Parker did a nice job of continuing that route into a curl route or a boot seam up the end, the outside. Nice job by both kids, and that's a read in motion on the play.
That was a very nice ball.
Yes, it was. It was beautiful even to watch it come towards you.
Right to do the extra point attempt for the Rockets. Ball's down, the kick is up, and the kick is no good off left. Dadgummit. 20 seconds. 22 seconds. Easy for me to say.
Not really.
Left in the first quarter.
You guys,
up 6-0.
You guys are freezing out there, right?
It's starting to snow out here.
Is it?
when people say it's Pennsylvania weather, don't worry, it'll change in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just remember, Adam and I were sweating yesterday setting this stuff up. So.
We feel bad for you.
Yeah, I really do.
One of the nice things about it, Al, when you work in this kind of weather with the stream, you get double pay.
You know what? And I'm going to be looking for it in Luke's office on Monday morning.
Good for you. Pick up Steve's and pick up mine for us, will you?
I definitely will.
You better take a guy named Guido, otherwise you may walk out of there empty-handed.
No, not Guido, Vladimir.
Okay. So Titusville with a nice touchdown. That was a really nice play.
Really nice play.
Really enjoyed watching that play. All set to kick off. It'll be Nosko kicking off. This is a change. Nosko. The ball's going to come down the right side. It's going to hit the 15. Picked up there. Almost picked up there. Get on. And he breaks the tackles. We're in trouble.
Turn around.
And Nosko makes a saving tackle.
That should never happen. We'll get a
horse collar.
Horse collar or maybe a face mask on it, but you got to make that tackle. But that should never happen.
Now we had him back to the 10. He couldn't pick it up, and he finally picked it up, but we overran the play. And once the runner broke up through, that would be Tristan Volk. He almost got loose.
He's fumbling, kicking it, bouncing it around, and all of a sudden picks it up. And look at that. You got 6 guys
Is
past
it a horse
him.
collar?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he's got him by the side, so they'll call that, and that'll give them some good field position, but at least he makes the tackle.
So it'll be first down and 10, Corry out at midfield, as the stop was made at the 35 plus 15 for the horse collar. So defense is going to have to step up here.
Well, again, special teams for Titusville is just not able to perform yet.
Corry sends doubles left, doubles right. Lesser at quarterback. As time runs out, Lesser's going to keep it. Comes up the middle. He's going to hit and drop. Gain of about 2 on the play as the first quarter is going to come to an end here.
Well, that's the old Deshaun Jackson play.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it bounce around and people run the coverage.
So we're in 1 quarter of play here at Corry High School. The score Titusville 6, Corry nothing. We'll be back with second quarter right after this.
Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Tityute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our 3rd generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence.
Getting the second quarter underway, Corry tries to run the ball, and they lose a yard as Zach Lesser tried to keep it. Jacobson comes up to make the hit. It's now 3rd down and 12. Lesser dropping back to throw, looking to the left side, still looking, getting some pressure. The ball's in the air, double recover receivers for Titusville, but it's thrown out of bounds at the Titusville 20. Bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, and that was the play before this one. We were late cutting back from play. Actually, I thought they kind of started this quarter here just that quick on us.
Yeah, I think every media outlet in the press box had a 1-minute commercial.
Well, I'm wondering, Luke, where's the official in the red stripes that tells you media's not ready for you to start the game yet?
We're still looking.
We're still looking into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Al's talking to him.
Palma will stand back at about the 20 to receive this punt on a 4th down and 12. High snap. Gets a kick away. Not a bad kick. It's going to hit. Come on, got to come up and catch it. I'll get away from it now. The 20, and it'll be dead at the 21. So Titusville will put it in play, 1st down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
A good defensive series there for Titusville. They're able to step up and make the stop. Now you got to hope that your offense here can sustain a drive. Now we've got to stop. You know, the drives we've had, we've kind of hurt ourselves a little bit, put us behind the 8 ball with these no-yard plays or a loss. We need to eliminate that and just start going after it, start teeing off and getting control of the line of scrimmage.
Well, that last drive's got to give your offense a little bit of confidence, and they seem to have a little bit more zip in their step right now coming out. So might be the cold weather too.
It's not cold down here.
Well, we're trying to get somebody situated here, and now we've got a man running off.
And
now we're going to call a timeout. Titusville just out of sorts.
I think we are. I think everybody is in this press box. You get on that routine of, Friday night. Now, for us, we haven't covered Titusville since Thursday. It feels like we haven't done this in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. The last game we had was Mercyhurst a week ago last Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's been about 10 days. So it does change things, and that's why we talked in the pregame about the effect it has on the kids from Titusville or Corry playing in Saturday afternoon instead of Friday night. So
hey, real quick, I want to say Wireless Mike brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by McElroy's Flower Shop. And just a reminder, Titusville's homecoming is next Friday. So if you want to get your flowers for your that special athlete in your life, contact McElroy's Flower Shop and get those ordered beginning of the week so you'll have them for homecoming.
So Titusville had to take a timeout. They had too many men in the field, and as Steve mentioned, they've been out of sorts a couple different times. Once that time on offense, a couple times on defense, but cost us a timeout. See what we can do is we can back over the ball. They'll send Laird Stover wide to the left. Palmer go wide to the right. Now we run with 2 backs. Under center, LaRoque gives it off to Harvey, going to the outside, and he is being trailed out there and is going to lose about 3. Good defense by Corry.
Yeah, we've not had much success running to Corry's left. They've been able to cover that. I might be tempted to just keep pounding on this other side until they can make it an adjustment. But we've run that stretch play well. We did at that time, though, out of the broken eye, and just not quite able to get the end sealed off.
Palmer will come wide to the left. Isaac Jackson goes wide right. Again, we have double back. Nicholson and Parker Harvey in the backfield are talking to each other. Hope they got it right. Goes to Parker Harvey straight ahead. Going to get back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20. Bring up a 3rd down and 10.
So again, we still see some discussion this time between the 2 running backs as to who's supposed to be where. So again, Titus will just not quite in sync on either side of the ball, really.
Running some different formations today than we've seen in the last few games for Titusville. Double tight end we saw at the last game, but trips, double in the backfield, things that we haven't seen out of Titusville. Doubles to the left now for the Rockets, and Stover and Corcoran. Palmer wide right. LaRoque wants to throw. It comes to Stover. Out to the 25, spins. 26, 27. Now he's finally wrapped up and knocked down about the 27. A good couple of yards after catch right there.
Yeah, it's a young man did not want to go to the ground. It took about 4 Beavers to finally bring him down. Nice play there. Nice throw. The throws are still a little bit high from LaRoque here, but again, there you see 2, 3. There's 2 guys coming in to make him finally go to the turf.
So it brings up a 4th down and 4. Titus will have to kick it away.
And again, see, it's Titus will now signaling there we're a man short on the punt team. We're going to have to call another timeout, and I would be absolutely livid right about now.
I don't know what's going on.
Don't know, but somebody's messing up over there, because this is not something that has been happening with the Rockets this football season. It's been very well put together and organized. So.
Well, here's the problem that you have with it. You're in week 5. These things in the first week and maybe the second week you kind of understand here, but in week 5, this should be fairly easily handled.
So Titusville had to take their second timeout. 9:20 left to go in the first half. 6-0 Titusville. As Parker Harvey will be kicking and get it away by his 15. Back deep will be Tristan Volk, 5'6", 640-pound receiver for the Beavers. Almost ran a touchdown back, a lob snap. Going to get it away, almost didn't. Off the right side, it's going to hit the 50. Titusville gets a big roll down to the 35, 33, and it's going to go dead at about the 32-yard line. So good roll for Titusville. Put Corry down to the 32, where they'll have a 1st down and 10. But got that one back in his face, though.
Well, I think if I'm Corry, too, if I get the Titusville offense stopped and they're going to punt the ball, I'm sending people. That snap has been very slow getting back to Parker Harvey, and Parker doesn't have the quickest steps into the kick either, so that's a very slow process for Titusville's punting team. I'd be tempted to send a whole lot of people.
Yeah, they haven't run one back yet. Neither team has. Everything's on the ground, so we'll have to see if they make that adjustment. Titusville will have to go back on to defense now as Corry comes out over the ball. And now they have in at quarterback Trey Redup.
They got a new running back in there too, it looks like.
Yeah, that would be Harrington. And it's going to power game. They come to the right side. Harrington out across the 35 down to about the 36-yard line. Pick up about 5.
It looks like Edwards, DeAnthony Edwards on the stop, but they're going to pick up 4 or 5. Yeah, this is going to be a complete change here now. I think they're going to come straight at us.
Yeah, they're running a double set to the right, almost a power situation. The old power eye, but they bring the running. The block is up tight. Strong side right formation, Corry. They're going to go straight at you up the right side, and Titusville played that well. Ball's short of the 40. They'll mark it at the 40.
Looks like Corcoran and Edwards again, and Partridge there on the stop. And I think Jacobson, excuse me, yes, Jacobson on the stop there. Titusville making an adjustment. You want to go power against us, we'll man up. And they did a nice job on that play.
Brings up a 3rd down and 2. The ball's at the 40-yard line of Corry. Corry again, the same formation. Bringing the big running back, 5'11", 195. Strong side left. check that right, straight ahead. He's going to get to the outside, have enough for the first down. He drives it out close to the 45. So Harrington will pick up about 3, bring up a first down and 10. They'll spot it right at the white line, moving forward 6 inches.
Corcoran then making the tackle there, but yeah, they're going power. I'm going to see whether or not Titusville can stand up to it, and Titusville's going to have to do some things here to try to get to this big back before he gets ahead of steam moving.
First down and 10, Corry. Nosko's trying to shoot. Comes straight ahead is Harrington. He's out to the 50, and it is just power football now, Corry style. Picks up another 5.
Yeah, and again, just straight ahead running. This is they're tightening their splits down on the offensive line, and they're telling you basically we're coming straight ahead. You got to stop us, and you can see there they've done a nice job of pushing some defensive linemen 5 yards deep.
Second down and 5 as Lipinski comes into the backfield now for Corry. 5'7", 150-pound junior. Titusville come up real tight. It goes to Lipinski straight ahead. Corcoran in quickly from the left side. Pick up maybe 1 on the play by Lipinski.
And again, that's Corcoran coming in. He's playing that outside linebacker position. He's going to scoot in here quickly, and he's going to get some help from Nicholson as well, standing up in the middle. So here's the third down stop that you're going to need to make.
Third down and 4. 6:55 left in the first half. Titusville leading 6-0. And yeah, this is the big play right now in this drive. The ball's at the Titusville 49.
Now they got a new tailback in there.
That's Weiss, I believe. Landon Weiss.
Still in a power set.
Weiss. Goes to the left side. He's not going to get anything. No, I thought he fumbled 2.
I did too.
But he'll pick up 1 and bring up a 4th down and 3. So now Corry has to make a decision as to what they want to do in a 4th down and 3 at the Titusville 48-yard line.
Well, it looks like they're going to stick it out. They're going to bring the power back into the backfield and going to try to pick up this 4th and 3.
Well, they got to the outside in the last third down play. They had to pick it up. See if they do the same thing this time, coming to the right. Corcoran comes wide to the right now on defense, up tight. Nosko looking like he wants to shoot. Now the quarterback's looking over.
Going to call a timeout. They tried to go. And yeah, it did. Parker Harvey coming up from that monster type position, trying to guess the snap count. He did look like he came close to getting offsides, but he didn't quite go far enough. The coaches wanted it for Corry, but they didn't get it, so Corry will burn a timeout here.
Can you hear any conversation over there, Al, as to instructions on this defense for Titusville?
No, I really can't hear the conversations, but one thing that I did hear is that they have to really get good off the ball, because there's no secret what's going on. They have to get off the ball, and they can't let them move their feet to get to the spots they want to block in.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't know. I know they're bringing everybody up tight. I don't know if Corry would throw out of this or not. They don't have any wideouts. They're playing 11 men right up tight.
Well, you could sneak a tight end if you're not careful. If Titusville's not careful, they could sneak a tight end out. It wouldn't take much. You don't have to get very far. You got to go 5-6 yards downfield. And if Titusville's safety, that would be Edwards. Number 5 isn't careful and picks it up, because he'd be the one responsible for that, because your linebackers are all going to come up.
On the snap, goes to quarterback's going to keep up the outside. Got to get him. Didn't get him. First down.
Had a shot
at him, but on the keeper, that would be Zach Lesler.
Zach Lesler, yeah, on the keeper gets the first down. But we had a shot at him in the backfield, just not able to do it. Here, Corcoran off the block, but not able to get to him. And you can see him cutting back into the inside. Partridge making the stop. And here we go again.
First down and 10, Corry. They're at the Titusville 44. To the big back, straight ahead. Drives ahead now across the 40 to 35, down to the Titusville 33. That's Logan Harrington once again. Picks up about 9 on the play, bring up a 2nd and 1.
I think
not much to say here. It's just straight ahead power football, and right now they're winning.
Exactly. I think we know what's going to happen to the end of the quarter here.
I think so. It's going to be 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Your favorite kind of football, Al?
Oh yeah.
Again, power formation. Straight ahead. Harrington drives. He's at the 30 and brought down at the 30. Pick up a 3. Bring up a 2nd down. And check that. First down at the Titusville. Boy, they moved that to the 30-yard line. I thought he had about the 32.
Yeah, that's Noah Willis and D'Anthony Edwards on the stop. I'm not too sure about that spot either, but we got another, looks like another timeout coming.
Yeah, Corey's going to take a timeout. 4:59 to go in the first half.
Titusville takes the timeout.
Oh, is that Titusville?
Titusville takes the timeout.
That's our last timeout.
That's their last timeout of the half.
4:59 left to go in the half, 6-0 Titusville. So Corry has come up with a solution right now offensively, and that's just drive that sucker right down the field.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's just straight ahead. If you watch their offensive linemen, their splits, which are normally maybe a yard apart, are now about 6 inches. They just bring everything in tight. They kind of force a wedge, and they just run inside that wedge, and it's just straight ahead power football. And how do you combat that? Well, Titusville's going to have to get the offensive linemen stopped right at the point of attack. If they can't push defensive linemen out of the way, you're going to gum everything up in the middle. This running back is not going to go wide on you. He's going to stick right in behind that wedge. So you've just got to chew up space in the middle there, not let him have a seam.
And they're running off of a 6'4", 300-pound tackle on this right side with a couple blockers ahead of right behind him. That's where they go again, straight ahead. Harrington picks up in about 4 or 5 on the play, brings up a 2nd down 5. We'll call it 2nd down 6. Just shy of the Titusville 25-yard line. Spotted at the 26.
Well, you're going to have 2 downs here. You're going to have to hold them now.
Once again, Corry out over the ball. Zach Lesser at quarterback. He comes under center. Looks like Whitaker is now in at running back.
Stepped early.
He did. Ball straight ahead. It's not Whitaker. 30, and he drives ahead to the Titusville 15. And that was McGinnett, the running back, and picks up more than enough of first down. And they now have Titusville on their heels. 1st down and 10. Corry at the Titusville 15.
Yeah, Titusville's going to have to do something here because we've got people there, but we're just not able to make the tackles. We're going to have to get shoulders into running backs here. We're going to have to stand the offensive line up.
Yeah, they're getting into us and pushing our linemen back. Lesser gives it off to McGinnett. Now
there we go.
Play.
Nice play. That's Parker Harvey. Nope, that's Nicholson.
That was a big stop.
That's a big stop, yeah. And that's one of the things that Titusville has done with their running or with their linebackers when they send blitzes is they're pre-guessing on the play what hole to blitz through. Here, Nicholson, I think, just delays just that 1/10 of a second to see that play, which way he's going, and then takes that blitz angle, makes a nice play.
2nd down and 11 at the 16 of Titusville for the Beavers. Pitch comes to the right side, coming to the outside, and the running back, Harrington at the 10, spins. Oh, and it's picked up and into the end zone.
No, it's not. Get on it. Get on it, somebody.
Titusville has it in the end zone.
That's a touchback. Boy, did we luck out there.
Holy Toledo. It is a touchback. Fumbles at about the 3-yard line, and I thought they had it. And
well, they should have had it.
Yeah.
Twice. I think 10. We're going to look at this again. This is a play they come to the right side. Now, Corcoran does his job turning it inside, but we need flow help there. We get Laird Stover comes in and makes the tackle.
In fact, he ripped it.
And he ripped it loose. Now watch this ball go. I want it. I want it. I want it. That's Corey. No, wait a minute. I don't want it. So I'm going to let this bounce around. I'm not going to get it. Titusville's, I think that's Edwards there, finally makes the recovery in the end zone.
Paul, my thought.
Big turnover there for Corey.
So Titusville will take over 1st down and 10 at the 20. Yeah. Nice drive by Corry. Ends up in a fumble. Trips to the right now for Titusville. Run this clock out. 3:20 to go in the half. To Harvey. Harvey cuts it upfield across the 20 to the 22. Pick up about 2 on the play. Titusville have a 2nd down and 8.
Again, this play is what we've normally seen is just an off-tackle run play. And it looks like it's there, but Corey's doing a better job on the linebackers filling that opening.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pick up maybe 8 on that when I first saw it develop.
Yeah, that was, who was that for Corey? Number 28, I believe, Whitaker. But he's also shaking his arm, so he felt that.
Trips to the right now for Titusville, 2nd and 8. It goes to Harvey, trying to get to the outside. Oh, we missed a block to the outside. Cuts it upfield. He'll get out to the 25, bring up a 3rd and 5.
When we talk about your offensive linemen getting off the line of scrimmage, you watch Titusville's offensive linemen. We're not firing off the ball real well right now. I have a tendency to take that initial step but come up in the air and not fire off into the defensive lineman. That's why they're getting some people around us. Our offensive line's got to shoot out of their stances just a little bit better than what they're doing right now.
3rd and 5 with 2:12 left to go in the first half. Titusville up 6-0. Doubles to the right, single to the, check that, doubles to the left, single to the right for Titusville. LaRock wants to throw a deep pass to Corcoran. It's intercepted. No, nice job, Corcoran.
Really nice job by Corcoran.
Ball was cut short.
Yeah, that was Tristan Volk, who really didn't have to do much of anything on pass coverage there. We're going to see this one. He just lofts it up. Again, no step. And
Corcoran was behind him, too.
Corcoran's behind him. And that ball just kind of lofted up in the air. Now watch here. We've talked about this before. See if Corey brings the house to try to block his punt.
4th down punt now for Titusville. Minute 57 left to go in the first half. Good snap, some pressure. Nice kick by Parker Harvey. It's going to be received by Volk at his own 42. Nice coverage down there by Isaac Jackson.
Jackson on the tackle there. Nice, good coverage and a good tackle in the open field. Again, though, at Titusville now with a minute 50 to go in this half, they're going to have to watch now because Corey has figured out how to attack his defense. They may do it for a little bit, but that ball will go in the air towards the end of this half.
Well, you set it up by this power offense that they've been running that last series, and so you can't get too tight in the blocks because they can't throw the ball. Quarterback's going to be number 12. They switch back and forth. Trey Redup. They'll send doubles to the left, doubles to the right. So
Whitaker is the tailback, so be looking for this ball to go in the air.
1st down and 10. Redup pitches, comes to the outside, 50 to the 45 of Titusville, and Whitaker goes down.
It'll be a 1st down. That'll stop the clock and save them their last time out. That is Steel Fuller, I believe, or no? Nick Lipinski.
Doubles,
tailback now.
Doubles to the left, to the right. Quick jet out. Pass is complete, and we grab him. Down he goes, looking for the face mask.
I thought it was a face mask, but we don't see a flag. If he didn't have the face mask, he had the gap in the shoulder pads, really.
He had him someplace.
Because he spun him real good. That's, I think it was Stover coming up to make the tackle.
Ball's right at the Titusville 45. Doubles both sides for the Beavers. Going to go to the left side. They pitch to the outside. Oh, they got good blocking to the outside. And they breaks one tackle. There's a face mask. They're going to call that on Riley.
I don't know. Was that a face mask?
Was that a face mask?
Block?
Al, did you see anything over there, the flag?
It was a hold.
Oh, it's a hold.
Definite hold.
I thought, boy, it didn't look to me like he got up in the face mask.
Yeah, he came down tight. That's the one thing you've got with Riley Corcoran. He's showing us he can cover ground, and that's not unusual for a Corcoran athlete.
Yeah.
They can cover a lot of ground, but he's got to watch that angle coming in there with that kind of speed. You've got to allow yourself that chance for them not to be able to spin or cut back on you. But good hustle by Riley Corcoran. There's a hold on the far side. It's going to spread it back to their Corey's side of the field.
It's at the 47 of Corey, where they'll have it 2nd down 19. Doubles both sides for Corey. Reddick once again at quarterback for the Beavers. Out of shotgun, looking to throw, getting a big pass, screen pass. Oh, set up nicely. They're at the 50 to the 45. A block in the back. Touchdown coming up. As Whitaker going to the end zone, Palmer runs him down at the 4-yard line. Boy, I thought there was a penalty here. But nice screen pass set up nicely by Corey, and nobody from Titusville in the area. And Corey able to take it down to the Rocket 4-yard line.
Well, you're going to see here, we push in. There's the penetration. You can see they've got linemen out in front. There's the block in the back, or a hold, one of the two, but they don't call it. Palmer, last chance here, does a nice job of not giving up the play. Remember, for Corey, you're at the 4-yard line. I don't know who took this timeout. Somebody's out of timeouts.
It had to be Corey,
I would think, but they show one timeout for both teams left. At 40 seconds from the 4-yard line, there's no guarantee that you're getting in the end zone.
No, there isn't. However, they've been running that power ball earlier, and they can get 3 plays off in 40 seconds, and they've been getting 4 yards of carry.
Only
so.
if they
pack it in now too.
Yeah, if they pack it in. The other problem with that is if you're out of timeouts, and Corry did use their timeout, they're out of timeouts. If you run that and get stuffed, and Titusville smart, they lay on people. We take our times getting up off the pile.
That wouldn't be fair.
Yes, it would be fair.
Hey, I'll see how it goes up here.
Definitely. I thought it was a hold on the far side of the field, but it wasn't called. But
I thought so as high.
I have a feeling Al was telling this to Armand as well.
All right, we'll see what'll happen. 40 seconds to go. Corry threatening now. First down and goal from the Titusville 4. They spread everybody out. Looking to throw. Looking over the middle. Still looking. Throws short. Incomplete. Bring up a second down. Boy, I'm surprised they're throwing.
I wouldn't have thought.
Well, that power game they had, I'd line him up with number 66 Harrington, and I'd run that sucker.
Well, you may see it, yeah. You may still see him come in, yeah. But they're spreading Titusville out defensively. They want to keep the ball in the air because they don't have a timeout. So if you don't get into it, you got to make sure everybody comes back. The problem was you should have done that on first down.
Well, that's right. Yes.
Come back at second down, spike at the ball, and then you've got 2 more shots. You don't get anything out of here. You're at third down. It really limits what you can do.
Doubles to the right, man in the wing right. Ball goes to Lipinski straight ahead, and he drives close to the goal line. He's down inside the 1.
But his helmet's off, so he's coming out for a play.
There's something about these helmets coming off. I mean, they're not getting hit so hard that they're crushing them, but this comes off just like a corkscrew.
And now there is a timeout on the field. So we're messing up with timeouts up here somehow.
The scoreboard is what I'm going off the timeouts. Corry doesn't have any. Titusville has 1.
It's third down and the goal from about the 1-yard line.
But before this play, the scoreboard showed they didn't have a timeout. Must have made a mistake there.
Well, either way, Corry had the timeout, so they have it third down and 1. 30 seconds on the clock. That play took 7 seconds, so they got plenty of time.
And here comes their big back.
Yeah, they're going to run this power.
It's going to come straight ahead at you. So Titusville's going to have to really cinch down tight in the middle. They're coming straight ahead.
So it's third down and goal from the 1 for the Beavers with 30 seconds left in the half. This is man on man now. It's right in your face. It goes to Harrington driving straight ahead. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. So Corry puts the first score on the board for themselves with 26 seconds left to go in the first half. Titusville leading 6-0, and now Corry's going to go for 2. Wonder what they'll run for 2.
Well,
I know what I'd run.
Their big back's out.
Yeah, he is.
Now
Corry's looking.
Now Corry's looking around.
They don't know what they're doing. They can't take a timeout.
That's a flag.
No timeout.
He can't break the huddle with an extra guy. Now they don't know what they're doing.
Boy.
Now he's back. Now he's back in there. Same play, formation.
Handed off to the back. He drives straight ahead for the 2. I can't believe they had enough time to do that.
I can't either.
Wow. So Corry punches it in with 26 seconds to go. Get the 2-point conversion. They're going to take the lead 8-6. Boy, that was a long, long time between the touchdown and the extra point.
Well, you had a lineman that was confused, didn't know what he was doing, so he ran all the way to the Corry sideline, stopped for a second. Coaches sent him back in. Awful lot of time taking place.
What do you have,
there.
30 seconds?
High
school ball?
I think it's 30.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it makes no difference. It's a moot point now. It's 8-6 Corry, as Corry able to finally get it into the end zone. So Titusville are going to have to pick it up and go again. Landon Palma and Riley Corkin will probably go back standing somewhere around the 15 or 20. They're going to move up a little bit now after the last squib kick of the opening game. Here we talked early in the game about possession at the end of the second quarter.
Yep.
And first kickoff of the third, Corry had it. They scored. They get it back to start the second half. Big flip of the coin at the beginning of the game. That's why that's so important.
That's very important, and that's why Titusville needed to get a better defensive stand on that last drive for Corry.
I know you'd be surprised to hear this, but doing some game study for today, I went back to last year's game that we did here, and we had the same conversation because it was coming the week after Warren, where Titusville and Warren had that great first half, but Titusville lost momentum at the end of that first half and the beginning of the second half.
on the kickoff. Titusville will recover it at the Titusville 38. Yeah, it's that's an important factor in the ball game, as we have 21 seconds left in the half. Now, what do? You just take a knee and go in, or do you try to throw the bomb? Do you run? My guess is we'll just run it to Parker Harvey. Hope he can break one or something.
The bomb.
No, I don't think we have a bomb.
No, this will be just a simple run play. Right or left side won't be, just don't fumble it and just let the clock run.
Doubles to the right, single to the left for Titusville. Parker Harvey in the backfield. Yeah, I think they'll just run Harvey up the middle and let the clock run out. Corey playing deep, not letting anybody behind them. And like we said, LaRoque won't throw the ball. Out to Parker Harvey. Oh, tried to run before he caught it. Would have had some yardage on that. They threw it to the outside. Be up a 2nd down and 10. Wheel route. Excuse me.
The big joke in the passing game, he threw it right where you don't want to, right in his hands.
Yeah.
Parker just a little anxious to see what was ahead of him upfield.
Had some field to run in there, Al.
Yeah, he did, but unfortunately, pros do it, and high school athletes do it. They run before they got the ball.
That's right. Yep, turn your head upfield. Trips to the right now for Titusville. 2nd down and 10 at their own 38. LaRoque over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Bring up a 3rd down.
I don't know what was going on there. Somebody missed an assignment.
Well, somebody missed an assignment. Somebody ran the wrong route because the only receivers in the area were wearing black shirts.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they were trying to throw to Isaac Jackson.
There must be a flag, too.
Hold on, Titusville. That'll move it back. Now you take the knee and get in with 12 seconds left to go. Or run it, whatever. But
Titusville's got to get into the locker room and get things settled out here.
It's 2nd down and about 30 for Titusville. So, yeah, you just get out of this now and get in and reorganize. It's 8-6, Corey on top.
Steve, they should have 1 minute and 15 seconds to figure out what they want to do here, right? Is that what Corey had last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trips right for Titusville. LaRoque under center, and he'll hand off to Harvey. And Harvey will go to the right side and be brought down. No, he'll break a tackle out around the 30-yard line. There he's knocked out of bounds with 6 seconds left to go. So
that is a flag. That's going to cost Corey 15. Was he out of bounds, Al?
Yeah, he was out of bounds, unfortunately. But, 2 years ago they wouldn't have called that. But unfortunately, they're calling it these days. But it's good for us.
What was it? Just a late hit?
Late hit.
Yeah. So it'll move it forward for personal foul on Corey. It'll move it forward 15. Won't be enough for a 1st down with 6 seconds to go. Might give you enough courage to throw the ball on him if you want to try something like that. But my concern is
let's see where they mark it, because they're going to mark it off from where. The flag was at the 34, but he started marking from the 30.
Yes, out to the 44-yard line. With 6 seconds, see what Mr. Baldwin decides to do here.
I'm going to run it out.
You guys have been saying that now for a minute.
They're going to stop. They're going to just let it run out.
Yeah, they're going to just let the clock run.
First half will end here at Corry, and the halftime score will be Corry 8, Titusville 6. We'll be back with halftime chatter right after these messages.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit, member-owned financial institution, and becoming a member is pretty easy. Stop in, call, or visit our website at communityconnectfcu.com and click Join to get started. Ask about our money market accounts, low-interest loans on new and used vehicles, or start saving for the holidays with a Christmas Club account. Visit us today to get started. We're Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our third generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence. Interstate Pipe and Supply is proud to announce their celebration of 50 years in business. Holding true to their motto, service means business, they offer a full knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering. They are not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. They have been a primary pipe supplier in Titusville for 40-plus years. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year, and thank you for making Interstate Titusville's premier pipe supplier.
And welcome to the Anderson Physical Therapy, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds halftime show. Homecoming here in Corry, Pennsylvania, and we are about, well, now less than a week away from Titusville's homecoming, which is next Friday at Carter Field after being on the road for what seems to be about 7 weeks. Coming off that Mercyhurst prep game last Thursday, guys.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a long delay in broadcasting from a Thursday. Of course, we did the Friday.
We did the Friday game, Oil City McLean game.
But that was fun. But Titusville kind of disappointing there in the second quarter, Steve. We had things going our way pretty much, and then Corry, to their credit, come out with a power game, and we really weren't able to answer it in the trenches. And they just started shoving it down our throat and able to push it in there into the first half to go up 8-6. So kind of a disappointing second quarter.
Well, very disappointing for the second quarter, and to be honest with you, it wasn't that exciting of a first quarter. I mean, it was kind of an evenly played first quarter. We did have a slight edge, but it was the mistakes from Corry that kind of helped us get on the scoreboard a little bit. In the second quarter, you're right, they just dominated us. They just owned the line of scrimmage, and they're happy and content to get that 3 to 4 yard gain. And then, of course, they had the big screen pass. Now, again, I think that was helped a little bit by a missed call that allowed them to get the ball inside the 5 yard line and ended up resulting in a touchdown. But again, it's the guys up front right now, and right now the second quarter went to Corry.
Well, Titusville's going to have to regroup a little bit, Al, because we're going to kick off to them to start the third quarter. So they have the momentum at the end of the first half, and that's going to carry over for them to start the third quarter. So that first series in the third quarter defensively for Titusville is going to be very important.
I knew you came down to me because you thought I was caught up in the pageantry of homecoming, didn't you? But anyway, what I did, I saw 2 Corry teams out there. I saw the one that can seal off our defenders fairly easily and let their power back just go through. But I also saw a Corry team whose pass offense, they let people in, and we were able to shoot through there. So we have to definitely stop that run, and we have to definitely stop those tackles from getting to where they want to go.
But that's going to be the key, I think, is when we come out here the second half, I mean, we got to get the momentum back into our favor. And if we can get a 3 and out, get the ball, push it down and score, I think that would have a huge difference in this ball game. But that's a lot of ifs.
Well, it's a lot of ifs, but I think you're right. I think we've got to get them into positions that they don't want to be in, and that would be into that 3rd and long. They're not too worried about 2nd and long. They're going to stay with that ground game because they believe their back can pick up 4 or 5 yards, at any particular time on that inside run play that they've got going. So Titus is going to have to get them into that 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 position to make them try to throw the ball, because they do not throw the ball well. No. I'm a little surprised at that, in that they don't throw the ball very well. There's not a whole lot of zip on either quarterback's ball right now. So you want to try to push the opponent, whether it's Corry or Titus or either one. You're saying the same basic thing. Yep. Keep your ground game going, and defensively try to push them into their pass game where they're not quite as effective.
It's halftime here at Corry High School. It's 8-6. The Corry Beavers on top of the Titusville Rockets in a very, very important game for the Titusville Rockets, as well as the Corry Beavers. But Titusville's playoff hopes, we can't lose another conference game, and this is, of course, a region game. This is homecoming at Corry, and as Luke mentioned to you when we come back here at halftime, next week is Titusville's homecoming, and taking nothing away from Corry or any other school. As Luke has said many times over the years, nobody does it like Titusville. Homecoming is always a big thing at Titusville, so we encourage you to put that on your calendar next Friday night at Carter Field. Titusville's homecoming. Slippery Rock's in town, so one of those Rocket teams will win the ball game, but Titusville put on a great homecoming show.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be home again.
It will be. We've been on the road for a while.
We're home, I think, next week, and then on the road. Oh, I thought we were on the road to Harbor Creek right after that, and then home for 2.
That's what I said.
Okay. I was just checking.
Okay.
I just go where you tell me, Luke.
No, he doesn't. I've heard what you told him. 8-6, halftime score. Corry on top of Titusville. We'll be back with more halftime activity and conversation right after these messages.
Whoever said it's only a dog never loved a dog. Our philosophy is simple. We treat every dog as if it were our own, and believe us, we spoil our dogs. When dogs are comfortable, they're happy. The Barking Lot in Titusville is ready to make your dog happy by offering grooming services, daycare, and boarding. Call today to schedule an appointment, or better yet, stop in and discover a stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers at the Barking Lot in Titusville.
So State Farm will be here to help protect our home.
Of course.
What about here?
Yep. Nice.
Okay. Here?
Who puts tinfoil in the microwave?
Here? Here? Here?
Feels a little awkward.
A little. Here?
You too.
So cold.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
It's Joe Taylor Ford's 17th anniversary, and we are celebrating all month long. Get 0% APR for 72 months plus 1,000 Ford credit bonus cash on a new 2018 Ford Escape, Edge, and Explorer. Or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 2,800 additional savings off MSRP on a new 2018 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT with 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost. Make sure you take advantage of Joe Taylor Ford's top-of-the-line lifetime warranty on all new cars.
See Joe Taylor.
Thank you for 17 great years.
Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Tidiute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net.
And welcome back to the Anderson Physical Therapy, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds halftime show. Homecoming here in Corry, Pennsylvania. Oh, boy, Saturday afternoon game. Of course, weather changing the day and the time for not just this game, but for a number of high schools around Northwest Pennsylvania as those thunderstorms rolled their way through the area last night.
Some money?
Really? Hey, you know what? At my house, Luke?
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Some.
We got we got maybe 10 drops of water.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Well, the problem we had last night is that everybody's paying attention to Allison Cooper, and that made him make a mistake. Is that his name?
Anderson.
That's what I said, Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, that's what I
say. I said Allison.
You said Allison.
No. Well, there's an Alice Cooper.
Alan, that kid they're running the camera. Tell him to quit laughing at his grandfather.
Let's take a look at what's going on elsewhere. What happened last night for those games that did actually go off.
Let me finish up. I'm mad at my grandson.
Okay, Rodney. Maplewood
no respect.
continues. No respect at all. Maplewood continues their ways. 27-18 over Reynolds. That was played last night. Eisenhower and Northwestern played. Northwestern won that one by 3, 37-34. Girard 54, Sagertown 15. in that game. Hickory 35, Greenville 13. A big game. Sharpsville over Sharon 23-21 in that contest. Fairview beats Northeast handily. Mercyhurst Prep over Harbor Creek handily. Oil City won. Fort LaBeouf won. A big surprise here, kind of a surprise. Grove City 33, Slippery Rock 7.
Wow.
Yeah, that one, I thought that would be a little closer game than what turned out here. Games going on today, right now. Conneaut is beating General McLean 20-7 at the half.
That's Cash.
Yeah, that's Cash High School. Warren and Meadville will play at 4 o'clock today, and McDowell and Erie High School at 7 o'clock today. So right now there's only 4 games in the area going on today, and one of those starts at 4, and the other ones are going to play. The other 2 are at 7. So we're pretty much alone here as far as going right now, and it's not going particularly well. Not bad, but not particularly well for Titusville.
Now, we're not playing at the level we need to play to beat this ball club, and if we were, we could be up by a couple scores because we moved the ball pretty well, but like you said, we talked in the first quarter there, we couldn't sustain the drive. You get the ball, and next thing you know, you're in 3rd and long or whatever, and you can't make.
Well, we're not consistent enough up front, I don't think. I think right now we show signs of where we can do against this defense, but we're just not really all that consistent in doing so, and so you get that play that's a no gain, 1-yard gain, or a 3-yard loss anywhere in there, and it sets you behind in the chains, and that's just tough for our offense to overcome.
Yeah, you got to play in front of the chain, and we're not getting that done. One of the things that we did see happen yesterday, going to the college ranks, Steve, we talked a little bit about it in our pregame, just mentioned it. Young man from Meadville got himself in the ball game with Penn State. A couple carries, Journey Brown.
Yeah, Journey Brown officially, I was looking at it officially, he only had 2 carries, 10 yards. One of them a 6-yard carry for a touchdown. So it's nice to see where he's at least to hear from him a little bit coming into the Penn State. And that's, you talk about it and you think, gee, why won't, where is he? Why isn't he happening? You got to realize how good some of these athletes are around here. Yeah. And I watched Journey Brown at the track championships in the 100-meter dash. So I know the kid's got the speed. I witnessed that firsthand. He is all that. But it just gives you an idea of what it takes to play running back at the school like Penn State in the big-time football. It's just not about speed. You've got to have a better understanding of that. He's probably the 3rd back on their depth chart right now, according to what we've seen. They've got Saunders and Slade in front of them, and they both, like I said earlier, they both had over 9 yards a carry. It's hard to displace one of those 2 backs when they're running that kind of a performance. But I think he's in a good position. I hope he sticks with it, keeps working hard on building his understanding and his body for big-time football. And I'll bet you in a year or 2 you're going to see an awful lot of Mr. Brown.
Steve, I want to ask you. Mike Fiorello and I had this conversation yesterday. One of the issues with the Bulldogs this season, of course, they haven't won a game yet. Kids not going to the weight room or putting in the time, and it's not a slap against the kids who are continuing to play sports the rest of the year, but just making time to make it into the weight room. This isn't a story that's exclusive to Meadville. We've obviously had these conversations around here and other schools. What's it say when you're not getting kids all over not going into the weight room?
To me, it's parents need to give their kids a little kick in the butt and get them moving a little bit. I don't want to sit here and say that the kids today are lazy or we're too busy playing our video games or whatever the case may be. I don't know that one way or the other. I do know that particularly in the sport of football, for young men playing football, if you're not one of those elite enough athletes to continue to play at the next level, whether it's Division I, II, or III, I don't care. I had a son play Division II football. I had a son play Division III football. Meadville, of course, with Brown at Penn State. So you see kids in this area going on to that next level, but they paid a price for it. And I think a lot of times we see younger kids, they just turn on the TV and see these guys on TV and think they're just naturally good at it. No, they're not. You want to see some amazing video. YouTube Saquon Barkley
Yep.
weights and see what kind of weights program this kid put himself through because he wanted to be good. I think kids need to understand that it's just not a switch you throw on. There's a price you have to pay.
Oh, hold on, Steve. I'm playing the video game right now.
I hear that. Are you winning or losing?
You know, several years ago, I had an opportunity to go down to the Steelers off-season weight room at the old Three Rivers Stadium when John Kolb was coaching there. And as we were talking to him in the weight room, he was the weight coach for the Steelers at the time, tight end and weight coach. But anyway, the men were coming in lifting, and I saw some of the wideouts come in and lift, and it was incredible what they do in a weight room.
Oh, it's amazing.
Off-season training.
Yeah.
So you're right. That's the only way you're going to move up. And these kids who you see on TV every Saturday, the Barclays and so on, these are the kids who have been in these weight rooms, these big programs, and that's one of the reasons why you see some of these high schools like IMF, etc.
Yeah,
such big
same
programs.
type of thing.
You know, and going back to Journey, Fiorello told me when he ran into him a couple weeks ago, he was in Meadville on a Friday night for a football game for first half. He said it looked like a completely different person.
Oh, they will. It's a night and day difference. You know, I had sons, and you know, a lot of kids say, "Well, I'm busy. I'm busy year round," and so my sons, play 2 to 3 sports throughout their high school careers. Okay, but there is not a sport in Titusville that is active at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's right.
So
the weight room.
Get in the weight room at 6 a.m. You've got to make the time to do those, to pay those things, that price if you're looking to be successful, whether it's just in high school or whether you want a career in college with it, and if you want any hope at playing at the big levels, you got to start paying that price now.
Well, Al Rickerson had a chance to be pro. Gardner, he's down on the field with the wireless mic, brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by McRoy's Flower Shop.
Is that why Al's so good at saying ho ho ho?
Anyway, I was so caught up in the pageantry of the homecoming to watch it.
Oh, we lost you, Al. Try it again, see if that's...
No, still not there.
Come on over, Al. We'll give you a new battery. Your pacemaker's down. Yeah, are you there, Al? Now he's still having trouble with the mic. So anyway, we'll pick on Al when he gets over here. He's fun to pick on.
Yeah.
Trouble is, Al gives it right back to you. That doesn't make it quite so much enjoyable.
Well, that's it is
Luke,
what
we can give it to him, and he just keeps his mouth shut.
Yeah, he gets too mad. He just pushes a button, and nobody hears us again.
Nobody hears again.
So,
hey, folks, we're really at halftime of the football
Adam
game.
keeps asking me if I would turn your mics off. Hey, it is halftime, and we're going to take one more break, come back, and bring you second half action. And again, if you're just joining us, we'll kind of recap that first half and what the Rockets need to do here coming out in the second half. They trail 6-8. Homecoming here in Corry. This is Titusville Rocket football on Stream Television, also on Armstrong. And this is the Anderson Physical Therapy, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds halftime show. We'll be right back.
Nothing says community more than local sports. Cheering on our favorite teams while our young athletes learn about hard work, teamwork, and building character. At Homerwood, community begins with our employees. Those same traits we look for in our athletes are the same characteristics we look for in our employees. And it shows in the quality of our products that we're proud to stand behind and on. From our employees and their families, we say thank you for making us part of your community. Go Rockets!
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At Titusville True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Titusville True Value. Behind every good project is your Titusville True Value. Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Tiddy Ute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net.
And welcome back. Second half action just moments away. Our coverage of Titusville Rocket football this season is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service, by True Value Hardware, by Armstrong, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by the Titusville Dairy Products Company, by the Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital, by Joe Taylor Ford, by the Barking Lot, by Community Connect Federal Credit Union, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by Homerwood, by Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds, by Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning, by Family Video, and by Corky's Pizza and Subs. And we are officially wrapping up the Anderson Physical Therapy, Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds halftime show. Guys, thoughts on that first half, and we'll go back to the touchdown from the Rockets.
Well, one of the things that happens, as we mentioned, Titusville got beat in the trenches there later in the first half, and Corry able to shove it down our throat, but the pass play was wonderful.
Yeah, here it is again. You can see the corner coming up there just knew he was beat. He tried to jump the route. He thought that Titusville was going to throw that thing quick, and I think that's what LaRoque wanted to do, was to throw it quick, get it into Parker's hand, but he did a nice job of holding off on that and letting Parker turn it upfield, and then threw just enough air under the ball, let Parker catch it with a full head of steam, untouched into the end zone. I think first half-wise, again, Titusville still has to get a consistent ground game going, and I'll be honest with you, I thought maybe they were putting the ball in the air just a little too much. I know they're trying to get LaRoque's passing game going. The Titusville passing attack has to come alive a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to get 10, 11 men fronts that you're trying to run against. That's very, very difficult to do. But I think they had some opportunities there where they had things going, but he tried to put the ball in the air and almost took themselves out of a drive.
Yeah, I think they did. You sometimes get a running game going, and you're not going to get 6-8 yards every carry. And so when you lose a couple, you kind of, after that happens a few times, you kind of give up on it. And like you say, then you go to the passing game, and we're not a passing team. Nothing against. No. This is LaRoque's first year at quarterback. Yeah. And he is better now than he was 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yes, he is.
But at the same time, you can't give up on what's going to get you there. The problem I have, and I thought about this early in the season, you got one running back. You set up with Parker Harvey in the backfield. And if your line's not going to get him into the second tier, it's going to be a 2-yard gain thing. You're going to do that 3 times, you got to punt.
Right.
And so you end up with a 3rd and long situation. And so you have to deviate somehow. Now, they have added that flare pass, and they do try to run that jet sweep.
Right.
If not to gain yards as much, to get somebody thinking different. But we're not doing that. We're not.
No, we're
getting still focused on Parker.
Yeah, we're still focused on Parker Harvey. I think we got to try to open up things a little bit. That jet sweep against this team is going to be hard to do because they're bringing 10 men up into the line of scrimmage, and it's very hard to run against that because they've already got 2 or 3 guys stationed on the outside.
Right.
So it's very hard to do that. At the same time, we've got to be able to throw that ball just a little bit better than what we're doing. We just haven't been able to manage that, and I don't know how Titusville will attack this half. Whether they're going to try to spread them a little bit more, or whether they try to turn the tables on Corry and run their own type of straight-ahead power ground game. We'll see what happens here.
Titusville's going to have to kick off to get things going. We mentioned Corry scored in the last minute of the first half, so they get the ball back right now, so momentum's important. Short kick is going to be taken at the 30, out across the 35, 40, check that, 42, and down about the 44, so a good field position on the short kickoff by Titusville. Corry will put it in play first down and 10, and they're going to probably put it to 45.
Well, you know, it's an interesting thing we've talked about because this we've seen Osco kick off here a couple of times, and he's obviously not the normal kicker for Titusville. I'm wondering if there's a soccer game.
Yes, there is in Franklin right now.
Okay, so the Titusville's kicker,
gone. 2 o'clock.
Titusville's kicker, and that's one of the things that happens when you had to move this football game. You lost an aspect of your football team. So
and Wright's a big part of that. All right, Corry back in the power set.
Maybe it's not their
Power right formation. Ball's handed off, first man through. He's hit and driven back. And nice drive ahead by the running back. He'll pick up maybe 1 on the play, but good defensive stand right that time by Titusville.
Well, that's what you've got to do. That's what I think they've probably been telling their offense or their defensive linemen. Don't let them get in underneath your pads. You got to get below theirs, stand them up, and you can see Titusville's done a nice job. Partridge doing an excellent job with 2 guys, making them not giving any ground. That gums everything up.
Second down and 10. Lesser under center. Pitch back to the running back, coming to the outside. He's going to get across the 50 to the Titusville 48, and that'll be Whitaker. Matt Whitaker pick up about 7 on the play, 8 on the play, bring up a third down and short.
Nicholson, Stover, and Harvey making the stop there. Makes it a 3rd and 3. Big play here. This is what you got to stop right here.
Harrington comes back into the backfield. Logan Harrington is a power back, 5'11", 195. Corry, once again, in their power formation, strong right. 3rd and about 3.
Oh, he moved straight ahead.
And Lord Stover hits them. It depends on the spot. Looks like they're going to spot it for first down. Boy, there should have been a flag.
Should have been a flag on that. You're going to see one of the up backs in that slot position. They've got two blockers to the right side here. And one of them's going to go lean ahead. We didn't see it there. But there, though, we should have had Stover missed him and Nicholson missed him in the backfield anyway. But there should have been a 5-yard penalty.
First down and 10 at the Titusville 45 for the Beavers. Just underway, second half. 8-6, Corry on top. Sting, power right formation. Goes to the running back, straight ahead, and he's hit and driven back by Corcoran. Nice tackle by Corcoran. Pick up for maybe 2 on the play. The running back was Matt Whitaker.
And it's, again, now that's just the same formation. They're just hoping that the running back can get through that line. He's got more speed to break it. We've got a guy down. I don't know whether it's
the leg cramps. We said wouldn't happen today because it's cold.
That's Nicholson. Now he's the backer for Titusville. It's been very, very active trying to shoot gaps to create some problems in the blocking scheme for Corry.
There's a pickup of 2 on the play. It'll be second down and 8 for Corry. They're at the Titusville 44-yard line, 43-yard line. So we need another short stop here and get a 3rd and long situation and try to be able to, if it's 3rd and 6 or more, you got a better shot. 3rd and short, they're picking up 2 every play.
Yeah, they're picking up 2 every play. So you got to get a quick stop here on this play. The trouble is now you just lost one of your best tacklers. Yeah, he's going to have to step out for a play, try to relax that leg, work that cramp out a little bit. So Titusville now here, it's not always a 3rd down play that's a crucial play. This is a big play here. You just got to want to try to hold them, not give them more than a yard or 2.
You know, Nicholson comes in at 140 pounds. You talked about one of our better tacklers, one of our better players. At 140 pounds, he plays big.
Yes, he does play very big.
All of our backers are.
Our backers are not are not huge. We don't have a 200-pound linebacker.
No.
There's possible exception of Parker Harvey.
And he's on the outside right now like an outside backer. Straight up the middle, it's Harrington. He's going to be hit and stopped, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4. So a little bit better situation now.
That's Riley Corcoran again making the stop, and I'll give Riley some credit here. He's been one of the ones to put shoulders into people. You're going to see him come right up there, and there he is. Putting the shoulder to people. So we got a shot here at 3rd and 4. We got to make a stop.
Power formation to the right for Corry. They get out the first man through. He's hit at the line. He's going to pick up maybe 2, drives ahead. So it'll bring up a 4th and 2. Corry's going to have to make a decision. The coach walks out to see what he has for a situation. He's going to go for it as they'll send Whitaker in a tailback.
Nice job there by defense. Again, the line, our linemen are starting to push back a little bit, not giving these openings for the running backs. That's a positive for the Titusville defense.
They're coming to the right now.
Big play here.
4th down and
watch the
3.
backside.
On the snap, to the right side. There he comes.
We took ourselves
to
right
the
out.
outside at the 25, knocked out of bounds at the 22, right where I expected them to go. That's Matt Whittaker coming to the right, and he went to the outside. So they come up the middle, then they go to the right. Enough for the first down.
Parker Harvey on this play, look how far deep he penetrates. They just let him go. He took himself right out of the play. You want to penetrate, but you want to pinch a little bit too. You just can't leave that big opening.
So first down and 10 on the big play for the Beavers are at the Titusville 23. Opening drive of the second quarter. Check that second half. Off the left side, Harrington inside the 15, the 10, brought down to about the 7. This time he ran off to the left side, the weak side of the line, picked up a bundle, about 12.
Yeah, and Titusville now, it's almost like Titusville's trying to guess where he's going to run, and we're guessing wrong. If you start guessing in this football game, they're going to burn you.
First down and goal now from the 9 for the Corry Beavers.
I don't know if you guys could see that, but we almost had a fumble.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, yes, he was fumbling. He was mishandling the ball, but unfortunately, we couldn't get nobody to strip him in time.
Once again, Harrington going across the left side. This time he's getting stacked up there by Jacobson. Loss of about 2 on the play. That's a good tackle.
That's a good tackle, and that's what you want to do. Let's find out whether or not he likes being hit. I mean, it's one thing to like to carry a ball and with help of your lineman deliver blows, but it's another thing to be going full speed and have somebody stop you just that quick.
Whittaker back into the backfield. It's a young man that likes to go to the outside right as he takes strong side right formation for Corry. Second down goal. He does come to the right side. Big hole. Ah, nice hit. Who is it?
Partridge did a nice job there.
Fighting off the block.
Yeah, he did have a hole. Partridge is going to play playing the defensive tackle position. Does a nice job of getting his hands active. Watch him get rid of the block. And there you go. He stood his man up, then sheds him, makes the tackle. That's a really good play by that young man.
That might have been a saving touchdown. Third down and goal now from the 9 for the Beavers. Whittaker still in the backfield. Lesnar pitches back to Whittaker, and he's going to be hit and drop back at the 11. So this time, Titusville shores up a little bit. It comes up to a 4th and goal from the 11.
Again, that's Partridge doing a nice job, and Nicholson coming in now, who's back in. We're going to see what's going to happen here because Corey's bringing everybody to the sideline.
No timeout. And
just a little confusion thing to see whether or not Titusville defensively will line up with them. They're going to spread them out. It's kind of hide where they bring a different quarterback back in.
Lipinski now is in the backfield with Lesnar. Snap, looking to throw, looking for the end zone. Got a man in the end zone, throws it incomplete. No, check that.
Right,
It is Lesnar. Caught it himself. He's knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Good defensive stand for Titusville. Riley Corkland doing a nice job defensively. We've mentioned his name quite a bit, making tackles for Titusville. But again, a good defensive stand there finally. Maybe Titusville now is starting to understand how you play this power game up front because they got some run plays early on. But the Titusville, shut them down here. They got inside the 10-yard line.
Be interesting to see what that plays out through the game, that first drive.
Yeah, that's, they got yardage but no points, so now Titusville has to put a drive together here.
Lurch Stove goes wide to the right. We had strips to the right. Corcoran in the wing right along with Palma in the slot. First down and 10, Titusville at their own 20. Here goes to Harvey off the right side. Breaks one tackle. He's out across the 15 and to about the 17. Drives forward to maybe the 17, 18-yard line. Pickup of about 7 on the play. Good strong run. Give him 8. Second down and 2.
This is just that zone run play where he's going to pick a hole, finds one to the right side. Corey's doing a decent job of getting him to run east and west, but when he finally does turn north and south, he's got some momentum, gets some good yards for Titusville.
Titusville sends strips to the left. Harvey's still in the backfield.
Nope, that's Nicholson now.
That is Nicholson. Yep. On the snap, goes to Nicholson. He cuts it up the middle. He comes out to about the 20. He has enough for the first down. So it'll be first down 10, Titusville. Well, now let me see. It should be. It is.
That's first down.
Out to the 20, first down and 10.
I really think probably at halftime the coaches have really challenged the boys up front, both on offense and defense, because they're playing both ways. We coming out this half, I want to see you guys start owning this line of scrimmage.
Palmer goes wide to the right, Stover wide left, and slot left is Riley Corcoran. Nicholson stays in the backfield. Strong side right, Titusville. It goes to Nicholson. Oh, nice penetration, but Corry gets nothing, lost maybe of 2.
Yeah, it looks like Titusville. Looks like the center. He did beat Baldwin up the middle. It looks like coming through there, and he does. Yeah, he cuts right across his face. Just a good right guess by the nose tackle for Corry. Gets there and makes the stop. And this was the type of plays we talked about that really hurt us in the first half, having to overcome this.
Doubles to the left now for Titusville, single to the right. We have a 2nd down and 11 now from our own 19. Looking to throw, LaRock over the tight side. He passes complete. Look out, it's Palmer, and he slipped. Picks up about 5, bring up a 3rd down 5. Thought he had a move there, might get away, but wasn't quite able to plant the foot and turn.
No, he just quite couldn't turn it up there. Corey's doing a nice job. I don't know that they're playing a zone defense or a man defense. They look to be playing zone, but there you're going to have 1 receiver, 4 defenders. You're not going to get loose under those, or at least you shouldn't get loose under those conditions. But a nice throw and catch here.
Palmer wide right, Stover wide left, Corcoran slot left. Another pass attempt. Looking over the middle, LaRoque's going to pull it down, and he's going to get nothing. Is he going to get out to the original line of scrimmage, bring up a 4th down and about 5.
Yeah, Corry only rushes 4, it looks like, on this play, and that means they've got 7 people in coverage. Makes it very difficult to try to find an open receiver.
So Titus will have to go to a 4th down punt situation here at their own 25. 3:36 to go in the first half, 3rd quarter.
Close.
I'm still
the first quarter of the second half.
First quarter of the second half, that's correct. Harvey to kick. It's a snap. Gets the kick away. It's going to hit at the 40. Roll in and out of bounds at about the 35 of Corry. That's where they'll put it in play, 1st down and 10. So neither team able to, Corry actually did move the ball.
They moved the ball but got no points. This Titusville here are now going to have to stand defensively, because right now the problem that Titusville's facing is you're behind on the scoreboard and you're losing the field position battle too. So Titusville's defense needs to either come up with a quick stop or, better yet, get a turnover.
Yeah, turnover.
Now they're working on a young man from Corry on the sideline there. He came out with holding his hand. That's their quarterback, their backup quarterback.
Well, actually, he's the one that started.
Well, yeah, he was the one that started.
We got Trey Red up in there right now. He's under center. Giving off to the fullback, straight ahead. My goodness, after contact, he picks up 5.
Yeah, Nicholson is getting to him in the backfield, but he's high and unable to hold on to him, and it allows him to get through there.
They're still running off that big 6'4", 300-pound tackle.
Yeah, they're still coming to the right side.
Wouldn't you?
Their right side.
Yeah, I'm going to do this till you stop me.
Yeah, there's no mystery here.
No, not at all. Straight up to the right side again. Nice spin by Harrington. Fumble.
Fumble, but he recovered.
Yeah, he got her. That's the kind of a break we wanted. Brings up a 3rd down and short.
Nosko on the tackle. We got a whistle from the far side official coming in here.
He's running the clock.
Yeah, the clock is still running. They're going to reset it.
I don't know what they're going to do.
Now they're going to
give the motion, but about 10 seconds went off of there. Again, here comes that formation, and it's just power football. We gotta find a way to get into this.
Redup hands it off to the tailback. He drives straight ahead, follows his big lineman, and he'll be enough for the 1st down as he drives out to midfield. So a pickup of about 6 on that play. Ball spotted at 50-yard line, 1st down and 10, Corry.
Yeah, and this is just an overload here to the right side. They've run this to the right side almost exclusively, and they're getting 2 extra blockers on this side, and Titus was just unable to counteract that.
Whitaker is at the tailback position. Again, same formation. Power right side. Handed off to Whitaker, comes to the right side, and now Partridge. No, it breaks through. He's at the 40, inside the 40 to 37. I thought we had him back at midfield. And Whitaker's able to take it down to the 37-yard line. Parker Harvey's been talking to the official in this side. I didn't catch that time whether or not.
I didn't see anything on it. It's just, you know, we've got people there, and yeah, there's nothing there.
No, I didn't see
There's nothing there. Parker's got to step up and take them on and get rid of the blocker instead of trying to go around people. And we're doing a little bit of too much of that, particularly at that second tier where we're trying to get around blockers instead of taking the blocker on and getting them off you. You know, it's just right now their ground game is just not something we can stop.
2:22 left to go in the third quarter. Titusville takes the timeout. Al, did I interrupt you there?
No, the observation I'm making from here on the field is that we're trying to, number one, tackle them high. And these gentlemen have probably been in the weight room for quite a long time. You can't just tackle them high. Their legs keep churning. We have to cut off their wheels.
Yeah, they're under us in the blocking and in the running. We're just up so high that the running backs are just unable to get to their legs the way we're standing up here. Right
under us, blocking, just like you said, blocking and running, and we are definitely losing that battle. We cannot hope to get a 200-something-pound running back down with an arm tackle. This doesn't happen.
It's be first down and 10 at the Titusville 38. Titusville took a timeout, talk things over, see if they can make some adjustments and get a little bit of counsel from the coaching staff. We'll see what happens here. Ball's given off the tailback, cuts across the right side, or check that back to the left side, and picks up 2 on the play. That's Whitaker.
And that's the one with, what's happening is Corey's running the same formation with 2 different backs. With Whitaker in there, he's the quicker of the 2 backs, and he's got a little better ability for that cutback, so you have to watch that. But the power back is just straight ahead running.
Same power formation to the right for Corey. To Whitaker, comes to the right side, and Laird Stover comes up and meets him. That was a good job by Laird Stover.
It's a good job by Laird Stover. You got to remember that, when he comes up like that, Stover, who weighs 150 pounds, has a lineman he's got to play for and has a 180-pound running back he's got to worry about as well. So nice job by coming up here. That's what we're talking about. He comes up here, but he gets under Pat. This is a game of leverage. Low man's going to win this battle.
Lipinski now in at tailback for the Beavers. Redrup with a pitch to the left side. Lipinski cuts it back upfield, and he's going to be met at the 35. Might get inside the 35 to the 34. So we're going to bring up a 4th and long here for the Beavers. So this is another big play for the Rocket defense.
Yeah, an opportunity here to stop this, and get somewhat decent field position as opposed to having them inside your 10-yard line.
Probably a good time to remind folks, too, Steve, that your new science show will debut in 2 weeks.
My new what?
Science.
Science show?
Yeah, we're talking about science, physics, and...
Oh, my goodness. Doubles to the left, doubles to the right. I don't know, Al, what's going on anymore. Oh, almost a fumble. Pass over the middle. It's almost intercepted by Harvey, but better than dropped. We have it for first down and 10 out of their own 34-yard line.
That one almost looked like Parker was surprised that the ball got to him. Where'd that come from? And boy, if he'd have picked that off, that's the break you want, because now you've got your best runner streaking down the sideline with maybe 1, maybe 2 guys with a legitimate shot at stopping them.
Well, first down and 10, Titusville. They'll have it at their own 34, so 35 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. No score.
Been a very quick quarter.
Yeah, both teams running the ball. Trips left now for Titusville. LaRock will go into center. He'll get up to the tailback, strays through. Parker Harvey drives out to about the 38-yard line. And he's going to get up slowly. He'll bring up a second down in about 5, we'll call it.
Steve and I had a chance to talk to Coach Baldwin after his interview for quite a while. And, Steve, I think one of the things Baldwin talked about was those moments that you can't go back and reclaim. Those moments you wish you could go back and just change it a little bit. I have a feeling this could be one of those games if it ends up being an 8-6 score.
Yeah, I think very much so. I think Tigers were looking at it, particularly early on, where we had opportunities to score touchdowns and didn't get anything.
Into the third quarter, it's 8-6. Corry on top, Titusville hopefully getting a drive together. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action right after this.
Oil Creek Plastics, the industry leader in polyethylene pipe, is proud to be a part of the Titusville community and a proud sponsor of Titusville High School athletics. Located off Route 27 in East Titusville, Oil Creek Plastics has been a vested part of the Titusville community for 28 years. At Oil Creek Plastics, we take pride in supporting our community and are thrilled to bring instant and slow motion replay to the stream's Titusville Rockets sports broadcasts. In Titusville and here to stay, Oil Creek Plastics. Best of luck to the Titusville Rockets.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
And we get fourth quarter action underway. Titusville had it second down and 5. They pick up about 3 with Nicholson, bring up a 3rd and short. So in a 3rd and 2 situation, this is a must third down for Titusville. We've got to get this ball down into the end zone.
Well, you got to score on this drive because I'll be honest with you, the way our drives have been going, if you can do that, you may only have 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, it'll take a lot of time the way either one of these teams
Either one of them. That's why I say if you can get down there and score this on this drive with the way you drive the ball, you may wrap the game up at that point.
If you do, this could be your last possession.
Yeah, it could be.
Doubles to the left, single to the right. Now we put Palmer in motion to the right. Ball's given off to Nicholson up the middle. Across the 45, out close to midfield. Have enough for the first down, driven back, but not before he gets to the 49.
I was watching the official on the near side walking up there on the 50-yard line. I'm thinking,
okay,
somebody stopped at the bar on the way here.
Well, he took a look across Al's way and got it spotted right.
It marked it back a yard, but I'm thinking, good for us. It's a yard in our advantage, but Titusville getting things going here a little bit, and Titusville now giving Corry the same kind of medicine. We're going to come straight at you.
Trips to the left for Titusville. Harvey back in the backfield for the Rockets. And it's going to go to Harvey on a stretch, and we let a man through too quick. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. Shooting up in there was Bidwell for Corry, and nobody touched him, and almost didn't get that handoff.
No, we almost didn't, and again here, that's a call there that I'm almost wondering about. You were doing so well inside the tackles, and again you tried to go outside, and Corry able to put you in that 2nd and 10 position that you don't want to be in.
Trips right now for Titusville, 2nd down 10 at their own 49. Malak to Harvey. Straight ahead, nothing. In fact, he's going to lose 1 or 2.
Yeah, Corry's getting some pretty good penetration there.
Yeah, they do. They beat us off the ball big time that time.
We're going to have to do some trickery.
We don't have any tricks.
We don't have any tricks. Yeah,
it's called ball fake and go for go for a pass.
The problem is that Titusville just doesn't have the speed, and right now up front, the play action pass, which might be an option, but I'm not sure we can hold off up front.
Well, watch them throw what they threw for the touchdown. They are. Oh, LaRock pulls it down. He's going to get across midfield, up across the 45 to 40.
Yeah,
down
but
to
we got
38.
a flag being thrown back here late, and it was well after LaRock had left the pocket.
I didn't see it. Probably holding.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
Call it on Dunlap.
Yeah, but when it was thrown was what surprises me.
Oh, I don't know they can call that. He was blocked down.
Wait, he doesn't throw until he's well out of the screen. I mean, that was thrown way after LaRock left the pocket. I'm
questionable.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Well, if he wants that replay again, it appears that Dunlap had the block, and then a Corry guy comes up and pushes Dunlap in.
Well, let's take a look at this. Here comes the blitzer. Dunlap has his I don't see the hold there. Now, the only thing I can say is because of when they threw the flag was whether or not something went on afterwards.
Well, see what the call is. What was the call, Al? Did you see the motion? Was it hold?
It looked like holding, but you know what? I was looking at the play, and it was thrown late. So,
boy, that takes the ball clear inside our 30 to 27.
Yeah, see, there you go. You had things going, and you just shot yourself in the foot.
3rd down and a mile. LaRoque comes to the right side, wants to throw. Coming down, throws up short. It's to Palmer. Palmer tries to cut it up the middle.
Another holding call.
And we have another flag, roughing the passer or a hold.
I'm not sure. I thought it was a hold, but it might be roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
It is. That's gonna
give us a third down back to where we were.
See, now the problem here, well, no, it's an automatic, I think.
In high school?
I think. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll find out here in a bit.
Maybe not.
I did not see it. I was following the ball to Landon Palmer.
Palmer, yeah.
LaRoque pulled it down as though he's going to run.
Yeah.
And then he pulled it up and threw. Coaches aren't saying anything from Corry, so
I'm not. Well,
that's from the line of. Oh, that's from
the end of the play.
End of the play. So that's going to be a first down. Titusville inside the 50.
Well, I don't know. We were 35 yards away.
No, it's not a first. Unless it's an automatic.
Unless it's an automatic first down, they're not signaling that. So
they haven't moved the chains. Now they're going to move.
Now they're going to. Well,
it is
automatic first down.
Boy, we're right on top of it up here, Al.
A lot of guessing going on, and how well you got 3 different rules. You start paying attention to high school, then college is a little different. The pros are a little different. You never know what's what.
Well, there's a break for Titusville. We thought had ourselves in big trouble. Now we get the break, and we have it first down at the Corry 46 instead of third and about 30. Doubles right, single left for Titusville. LaRoque wants to throw. He's going to go deep. The ball's blocked, and it now goes complete at the 41.
Who is that? Corcoran does a nice job fighting for that ball.
The pass was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Corcoran, I thought it was going to be intercepted.
Well, we're going to see here, and watch his step. 2, 3. It's a 3.5 step drop. And way too much penetration being allowed up front there. 2 things have to happen there. I think your offensive line has to do a better job of keeping the defense at bay. Your quarterback's got to get a true 5-step drop so that he can plant that back foot and step.
That's something else you and Coach talked about.
Yeah, we did talk a little bit about that.
Trips left for Titusville. Handed off to Harvey. Harvey drives ahead inside the 40 to the 39. Bring up a third down and I'll call it 3. 2.5 to 3 yards.
Well, obviously we're in 2-down territory here.
Yeah, the clock's running. We're at 7:55 in the fourth quarter. So as we mentioned, Steve, this could be your last possession. You've got to
score here.
You got to get it in.
Yeah, you got to get playing. And here's the, you want to talk about a big thing. Our kicker, who's normally here with us, has a decent leg. You may not have that field goal opportunity here.
Doubles left, single right. In motion, Palma. To Palma. Get to the outside, cuts it up the field. Didn't get the block he needed. Pick up about 1 on the play, bring up a 4th and 2.
Yeah, it looked like Palmer, looks like he beat his blocker to the spot.
Well, and that's part of the problem we have on these on this play is you're allowing your running back, who's going to have momentum at the snap of the ball, but your linemen don't. And a lot of times that'll happen. He'll get out there a little too quick.
Big play now for both ball clubs. 4th down and 2 for Titusville at the Corry 38. So we got to come up with a first down play here. And Corry, of course, wants to stop. Doubles left for Titusville, single right. Harvey's in the backfield. And now a whistle. Timeout, Titusville. 6:51 to go in the ball game. It's 8-6 Corry. Big drive right now for Titusville. 4th and 2. Can they get a first down? We'll find out in just a moment.
Does that mean you want to break?
No.
Well, we're tired of talking. We're just going to let it sit here a couple of minutes. We'll come back.
Just so folks know, we're on the outside of the press box, and normally we sit right next to Luke, and we have eye contact. Of course, not that it means anything. And
well, we very rarely pay attention to him anyway. So
yeah, he's just a producer, Al. We don't have to listen to him.
Al, what are you calling here? What's your play for 4th and 2?
Well, you know what? We have to go cross block. We can't go off tackle. Those boys are coming in there too fast. We have to go on a cross block. Some trickery. I mean, they have to do a stunt here because we got to stop their penetration.
Well,
Harvey can get 3 or 4 yards.
We'll find out.
There, he's offside.
There we go.
Offside.
That's how you do it right there. Nice job. And I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt here to the Titusville coaching staff, where they called him over and said, "Listen, we're going on the second cadence call. Okay, we're gonna see if we can get them to draw them off sides." That's exactly what they did. So it's a first down, maybe the cheap way, but we still get a first down.
That's a good call, Al.
What was it that Vic would always say to us, Jim? Teams that need trick plays?
I don't know. I didn't listen
Our Cleveland Browns?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but no, we always talk about that during the sports show.
Parker Harvey to the left side. Can't get out far enough. Turn it upfield. Driven out of bounds. Maybe pick up a couple on the play. Yeah, he was talking about.
There's a reason why teams use trick plays.
Yeah, because they don't have a solid enough philosophy, and they have to come up with trickery or something like that.
You know, I can't believe you guys are listening to Vic.
Well, obviously we're not, because I don't know what he said.
Here's the first statement I would say back is you're right, but this is high school football. This isn't college where you recruit.
Yeah.
This isn't the NFL where you draft.
Did we play a team last week that recruits?
You have to do that. Yeah, it's exactly right.
Trips right for Titusville. 2nd down and 8 at the 31 of Corry. LaRoque wants to throw over the middle. Passes in and complete. Oh, where's the Palma? He dropped it. Would have picked up, if he could get to the outside, maybe a first down. Brings up a 3rd and long.
Boy, I thought he had he might have had 5 yards there or so. And for the first time, I think, in this half, the clock has stopped during gameplay. There's the throw, and it's right on the money. Got to catch that one.
Yeah, it was right in his body.
It's all about touch, guys.
Yeah, it is. Well, it was right there, but he let it come into his body and bounced off of him. But anyway, brings up a 3rd and 8. Trips right for Titusville. 2 downs to get a first down. LaRoque coming to the left side, pulls it down. He's going to have to turn upfield. He can't. Thrown for a loss.
This is where the inexperience comes in. This is a rollout play, and not having done this before, what's got to happen is he's got to come out. He's got to get a little deeper in his roll because as he rolls out here, he's a little too shallow and sees that opening to try to cut it up. You got to get behind it. Here he comes. Keep going behind Parker Harvey out here to the outside. There's nobody out there. And I'm not suggesting to run it, but that gets you out away from the defense and gives you a chance to look downfield, find a receiver.
Big play, 4th down and 9 for Titusville at the 32 of Corry. Trips left side. What do we have? Titusville has a timeout for a 4th down play.
Well, that's your last one, too.
5:17 to go in the ball game. 8-6 Corry on top, and Titusville driving at the 32 with a 4th down play. Can't get much bigger than.
Well, this is your ball game right now because you have no way to stop the clock after this. So if you turn this ball over on downs to Corry, they're just going to run the ball. You can't stop it. So they're guaranteed of taking off a good 3 minutes. Even if they don't, even if they don't get a first down, they're going to punt the ball back to you. You're going to have maybe 2 minutes to go in the ball game, and you're probably going to have to go 50 to 70 yards to try to get a touchdown or close enough for whoever's going to kick it to get a decent shot at a field goal. So,
well, coach is definitely going for it. He's really trusting his players, so we just got to see what's going on. There's moments like these that make or break a season or make or break a game.
Sure does. Single both sides for the Rockets. 4th down and 9. LaRoque looking to throw. It's complete. Oh, flag down. Oh, in and out of the hands of Nosco. Would have been enough for a first down. I don't know what the flag is. I'm guessing it's against Titusville.
I don't know whether it's a hold or maybe it's illegal contact or a hold on defense. We'll see what happens.
Illegal man
downfield. That's going to be declined.
So that's Corry will take over 1st down and 10.
Yeah, the one really good ball that he has thrown today,
right in his hands,
and you drop it. You can't make that mistake. You just
with a penalty that would have come back, so we had to do it over anyway. But at least you had the ball.
At least you had the you would have had the ball, so you still would have had a shot at it. Now Titusville's going to have to gamble here defensively.
You got to get 3 and out.
You got to try to it's a 3 and out or rip it out, try to force a fumble. Corry has put the ball on the grass before.
$5. 5 minutes and 10 cents left to go. 10 cents.
10 cents.
Jeez, oh man. Thinking about my paycheck. Oh, up the middle. Corry up across the 35 to about the 36.
And again, this is what we talked about. No timeouts left. You can't you can't stop the clock. So Corry's coaches are reminding him you just can't fumble.
Jim's been watching too much Price is Right during the week.
No, I'm just thinking about my negotiations and my contract next year.
Go ahead and keep making these mistakes. It's going to be easier.
For crying out loud. I could be home watching the game. 2nd down and about 6. Corry's taking a lot of time, rightfully so, waiting for the hand to come up. And they give it off to the tailback. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. They bring up a 3rd down and 6. maybe get a yard. 3rd and 5. They'll take their time.
Partridge on the tackle there, and I'll give credit. Steve Partridge has played pretty well here defensively on the side of the ball, holding up his end and his blocker to keep them at bay, allowing people to make tackles here. But again, like I say, we're down to 4 minutes and the clock is just running.
This is a big play right now, 3rd and long. You need to stop here so they have to kick. You might get it within the 3-minute mark. Ball's handed off the first man across the middle, driving ahead, and he'll get out to about the 38. So it'll bring up a 4th down and about 4. And my guess is you'd kick it away.
I would kick it away. It's at 3:40 now. By the time they mark it and set for play, which is right at now at 3:34.
It'll be 3 minutes.
Be 3 minutes.
And you might even run the clock right down and take the 5 yards.
You might take take it 5.
Although
the other thing I would do too is
it's time for Palmer to show.
Well, but here's what I would do if I'm Corry though. I'm kicking the thing out of bounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him touch it.
Don't let him touch it.
Pretty good snap. Short kick,
we
and it's
hit
going to
him.
go out of bounds. And it's going to be at the 48.
Hit a caught Stover, and that's going to give him enough for a 1st down.
Did they get him?
Running into the kicker.
Oh, mercy.
They're going to get him for it.
Yep. I didn't see it. I followed the ball.
Yep. I was watching him coming in because he had penetration, and he just runs into him. And
that's a mental mistake.
Yeah, and we've had that happen time and time again, whether it's a blocking misassignment or not watching the ball into your hands, or in this case here, allowing the running into the kicker. You just can't make these kind of mistakes.
I know.
3:13 to go, and that'll give them the 1st down, and we can't stop the clock. So there's a good chance this will be the last series, unless they turn it over.
Well, here comes their big power back now back in the game. He wasn't in the last series, which kind of surprised me.
Harrington is the power back Steve's referring to. 1st down and 10, Corry. It is to him. He drives straight ahead. Picks up about 3 on the play, takes it to the Titusville 42, 43-yard line. Clock running with 3 minutes left in the ball game. No timeouts for Titusville.
Edwards, Partridge, and I believe Harvey in on the stop. But again, you're under. Now you're at 250.
Harrington once again at the tailback position. Reddup looking for the official to give him the 5-second count. And he's got it. Now he'll go into center. To the tailback, drive straight ahead to the 40, 38, and it'll bring up a 3rd down, ball marked the 39 of Titusville, as tackle was made in there by Partridge and Parker.
Yeah, and Edwards also in there on the stop there. Those 2 guys have played well in the defensive line position, but again, this is they're just chewing up clock. They're not even worried about a 1st down because even if we hold them to 4th down, I bet they punt it because they'll want every yard they can get. So they're going to punt this ball away if they don't get the 1st down, but you'll be under 2 minutes for Titusville's offense.
3rd and 4 for Corry. 1:55 left to go. Tailback has it, comes to the outside, drives straight ahead. He's down, didn't get the 1st down, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
Palma on the stop, just shy of the 1st down.
They may just run this now.
4th and short, I would go ahead and take the run.
I mean, you already got Titusville going 67 yards, or 63 yards.
Yeah, and you're going to be at
less than a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd be less than a minute, but you might be right at that minute mark. So yeah, they're going to go for it here. If you don't stop it here, it's over.
Yeah, it's victory time. Under center, quarterback sneak, and he's not going to get it.
He's not going to get it. Not even close. Not even close.
No, it's not even close. So Titusville will take it over with 1:13 to go, and we'll see if Titusville can come up with a good play here.
I don't understand that call.
I don't either.
I just do not understand that call. Sometimes you wonder.
The big man.
Yeah, you've got a running back that's going to have a head of steam going. It's not like it's 4th and inches. It's 4th and 2.
Yeah.
As we've seen, gentlemen, sometimes these coaches overthink these kind of positions.
Right.
Well, now here's the thing, and this is, you're going to regret that call if somebody slips in your defensive backfield and Palma gets loose and they can't catch him.
Doubles to the right, single to the left for Titusville. 1:13 to go in the ball game. Titusville's down by 2 points. LaRock looking to his left, going to go deep. The pass is going to be complete. Stover at the 30, down to the 28. The ball was
Come up and
knocked
spike
away.
it. Come up and spike it.
And Titusville will have to spike the ball. 1:03 to go. It's at the 28.
4th and 2. Remember that call that he made.
First down and 10, Titusville at the 38.
Spike it. Don't worry about the downs. Just get a spike on it.
Waiting for the officials to mark the ball. LaRock under center. Going to drop back to throw. Swing pass to Harvey. Nothing there. Going to have to hustle up.
Spike the ball.
Got to stop
Guys,
the clock.
they have to throw the ball into the end zone.
Yeah, I didn't like that call.
No, I didn't like it either.
They have to throw the ball in the end zone.
Spike it here. You're going to have to go to 3rd down on this.
2nd down and 10. And the ball is spiked.
That's what
I
thought they should have done that the last down on 1st down. Should have spiked it. Give yourselves a chance to recuperate, not recuperate, but recover mentally. Get back into it. Collect yourselves, and then go ahead and run the play here.
You know, it was, 2 years ago we were in games like this all the time, and remember with Corcoran?
Oh, yeah, with Brady Corcoran and Michael Watkins and that crew, and they always...
Could it happen again?
Yeah, it might just.
Doubles to the left, single to the right for Titusville. 35 seconds to go in the ball game. We're at the 28 of Corry. LaRock wanting to throw, looking to throw, being pressured. Got to get to the outside, and he throws it, and it'll be grounding.
It'll be incomplete, but yeah, you're right. It could be intentional grounding.
I don't know who he's throwing it to. There's nobody there.
I'm surprised there's no flag. If I were Corry coaches, I'd be adamant about a flag on that.
Oh, they are.
No, you know what? He was throwing across the field, so there's somebody somewhere.
You're over there.
Here it is.
There's just nobody there.
4th down and 10. Last play of the game coming up for Titusville.
Well, for me, that's a flag, but
yeah,
good for Titusville.
Me too.
But he's got to get deeper here. He's not getting deep enough on his drops, and it's allowing defensive pressure to get in his face.
Last play, big play for Titusville. LaRock looking to throw, looking deep, rolling to his left, throws over the middle. It's incomplete at the 15, almost intercepted. So that'll be a turnover, and the ball will go over to Corry, and they'll just have to take a knee with 16 seconds left to go in the ball game.
They gotta throw long.
Well, you know, almost.
How'd you see that last play?
But I just think that. I would have preferred to see him spike the ball on 1st down instead of 2nd down there, just to give them a chance to get their minds back in their helmets again, and just going to come up just a tad bit short.
So Corry now will just take a knee with the score 8-6. Nothing happening in the second half offensively for either team, just up and down the field, and neither team able to score. And so now Corry will try to set up to take a knee, and that will end homecoming for Corry here. Final score here at Corry High School. Corry 8, the Titusville Rockets 6. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.
Nothing says community more than local sports. Cheering on our favorite teams while our young athletes learn about hard work, teamwork, and building character. At Homerwood, community begins with our employees. Those same traits we look for in our athletes are the same characteristics we look for in our employees. And it shows in the quality of our products that we're proud to stand behind and on. From our employees and their families, we say thank you for making us part of your community. Go Rockets!
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At Titusville True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Titusville True Value. Behind every good project is your Titusville True Value.
And welcome to the Corky's Pizza and Subs Family Video post-game show. We're going to send it down to the field to Al Rickerson, who's with Coach Baldwin. Al?
Coach, you had plenty of chances today. I know this was very disappointing for you. Can you just break it down on just what went on?
Well, you know, when we had to call timeouts for different reasons, and then this didn't leave us with timeouts there at the end. We had plenty of chances to win this ball game. Couldn't seal it away. There's a lot we need to shore up and work on, and we'll get back to it this week.
Okay, Coach. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey, thank you. Have a good day.
It's Al Rickerson with Coach Baldwin. Wireless mic brought to you today by the Titusville Dairy Products Company, by McRoy's Flower Shop, and get those flowers ordered before homecoming. Guys, thoughts on this game today?
Well, I thought the coach said it pretty well. There's opportunities we had. We didn't take advantage of them, and we had to go home and work on them. Just not an impressive outing for Titusville.
No, I'll be honest with you. This is a disappointing outing for Titusville here. I think there's going to be a lot of people going home with a bit of anger on this one. Just not a football team that just wasn't ready to go. I don't know whether it was thrown off because of the weather issue or whatever, but when you're calling timeouts to make sure you get 11 guys on the field in week 5, and you haven't had that problem prior to it, this isn't a coaching issue. This is a kid issue. And our kids just, for whatever reason, weren't there. We had to waste timeouts. We messed up blocking schemes. We didn't execute well. Really an ugly football game for Titusville.
Well, one of the things we'll have to remember, too, that this game was so important because of what happened last night. And by losing this ball game, it pretty much takes you out of contention for a playoff spot. Even though Northeast got beat last night by Fairview, we had to win out against the remaining region teams, and this was one of them.
Yeah, this was one of them. I mean, we're not out of it. We're, depending upon the number, but at some point in time, you've only got 5 or 6 teams in the region. They're taking 4. At what point do you say, well, I'm just getting in because of the number value? It was just important for Titusville to come out here and play well, to set themselves up for this home stretch run, and they just couldn't do it.
Well, what about the importance of just stringing a couple back-to-back games? I mean, Cochranton was a very solid ball game for the Rockets. Putting another effort like that together the following week.
Well, here's the thing. If we look back at the wins that Titusville had, they're smaller schools. My problem with Titusville going into this is that we're not beating schools that are our size. Northeast, we got mauled by Northeast. We come up here and play lackluster against a school of our size again, and we lose. It's just a little worrisome.
Guys, one more break. We'll come back, bring you the Corky's Pizza Family Video Player of the Game. Final here from Corry at their homecoming. The Beavers 8, the Rockets 6. This is the Corky's Pizza and Subs Family Video post-game show. We'll be back to wrap things up next.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
So State Farm will be here to help protect our home.
Of course.
What about here?
Yep. Nice.
Okay. Here?
Who wants tinfoil in the microwave?
Here? Here? Here?
Feels a little awkward.
A little. Here?
You too.
So cold. Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Oil Creek Plastics, the industry leader in polyethylene pipe, is proud to be a part of the Titusville community and a proud sponsor of Titusville High School athletics. Located off Route 27 in East Titusville, Oil Creek Plastics has been a vested part of the Titusville community for 28 years. At Oil Creek Plastics, we take pride in supporting our community and are thrilled to bring instant and slow motion replay to the stream's Titusville Rockets sports broadcasts. In Titusville and here to stay, Oil Creek Plastics. Best of luck to the Titusville Rockets.
Interstate Pipe and Supply is proud to announce their celebration of 50 years in business. Holding true to their motto, service means business, they offer a full knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering. They are not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. They have been a primary pipe supplier in Titusville for 40-plus years. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year, and thank you for making Interstate Titusville's premier pipe supplier. Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Tidiute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net. Community Connect Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit, member-owned financial institution, and becoming a member is pretty easy. Stop in, call, or visit our website at communityconnectfcu.com and click Join to get started. Ask about our money market accounts, low-interest loans on new and used vehicles, or start saving for the holidays with a Christmas Club account. Visit us today to get started. We're Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street, Titusville.
And welcome back to the Corky's Pizza and Subs Family Video post-game show. And guys, we have your player of the game to bring you.
Well, we thought we'd nominate you, Luke, but Al voted against you, so
so you're out.
Yes, you're out.
That was fast.
We talked about several people. We thought Partridge. You talked about Partridge. Steve having a good ball game, defensively anyway.
Yeah, I thought he played well defensively. Offensively, I don't think we had really too much to offer anywhere across the board, to be honest with you. But I thought Partridge played pretty well defensively on the line. I thought Nicholson had a decent game defensively for Titusville. But I thought the one young man today that really stuck out in our mind, we thought, was Riley Corkland. I thought Riley had a nice ball game. He had the interception that I think was the one that set up our touchdown drive.
Yeah.
But more importantly than that, Riley Corkland was the one kid today that looked like he was here to play football. Did a nice job of getting pads into runners, making stops, making tackles for Titusville today. And I thought Riley Corkland had the best game for Titusville.
Al, your thoughts?
Yeah, Riley Corkland is definitely the best player of this game because he got the interception, but also too he prevented interception.
Yeah, okay? He broke up a couple.
He broke up a couple of interceptions, and he wasn't afraid to put past these guys, just doing the extra step. And sometimes in football, you just can't stand and watch. You have to go out there and get right in the play. You got to make it happen. He was doing it.
So Riley gets to get his family to make him a pizza, which I'm sure.
He's probably thrilled about that.
At least he gets a video.
He's probably never had that, I'll bet. But congratulations.
He made Al laugh.
Congratulations to Riley Corkland, and he did have a nice ball game for Titusville. Unfortunately, we just didn't have enough Riley Corklands today to turn things for us.
How many are we going to need next week against Slippery Rock?
You're going to need about 22 of them in various shapes and sizes.
Slippery Rock's going to bring a good football team to Carter Field next week.
Don't let that score. Yeah, exactly. Don't let that score fool you. 33-7 at Grove City. Grove City is a pretty good football team.
Maybe the best in the region.
They might be the best around here. Yeah,
they
they're
beat
pretty tough.
Mercyhurst Prep, didn't they?
I don't know if they've played Mercyhurst Prep or not, but if they did, they did beat them because they're undefeated. But yeah, Grove City's got a good football team this year. So Slippery Rock took it on the chin last night, 33-7. They will be more than happy to return the favor.
Homecoming's going to be great. Titusville's homecomings are always good.
And on that note, thank you, Jim.
Yep.
We'll be back in the booth in Titusville next week. Looking forward to it for our camera operator, Adam Bodemer. Wireless mic tonight, this afternoon, Al Rickerson, and for Bill McCrillis. Al, thank you so much. Great work as always, buddy. For our announcers, Jim Bodemer and Steve Bodemer, I'm Luke Rio. Thank you so much for joining us. Final here in Corry. The Beavers beat the Rockets 8-6. Our coverage of Titusville Rocket football this season brought to you by State Farm Insurance, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service, by True Value Hardware, by Armstrong, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by Titusville Dairy Products Company, by the Meadville Medical Center, Titusville Area Hospital, by Joe Taylor Ford, by the Barking Lot, by Community Connect Federal Credit Union, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by Homerwood, by Clifford's Carpets and Waterbeds, by Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning, by Family Video, and by Corky's Pizza and Subs.